Listen, listen, listen. Welcome to Monday Night Tour Ramble, where I will ramble on for approximately 3 hours. Um, yeah, and I just looked at my slides and realized um that it ends here because I have more than 200 slides, which means I have to make some sort of I have to make some sort of uh fix on the slides on the fly. Anyway, hope everyone had a wonderful weekend. Um, wow, yeah, I forgot that even though I had more than enough space, I didn't. Yeah, I didn't. I didn't look at how many slides I had. So anyway, there's no GI Joe slides on there right now. You can see it ends with Marvel Legends. Actually, there's a whole bunch of slides missing. So anyway, hope everyone had a wonderful weekend. It was nice to just sit back, not really do too much. I stayed away from a lot of live streams. If people haven't noticed, it's no disrespect towards anyone. I'll jump in a little bit, but I need some time for myself. And plus, still doing the TV terminal, which takes its own time, and obviously doing my reviews. But anyway, starting off Friday night, I think I just watched some TV with my daughter. But Saturday, we went and saw the Odyssey, 3 hour movie. It did not seem like it was 3 hours. I think it was a really well done movie. I did not see in the IMAX. I did see it in the big screen. Um, but a pretty good movie. Worth seeing. I know it's an old tale, so people know the story of it and different things like that. But to be honest, it was interesting. Matt Damon, again, who would have thought that him being the Born Identity would lead to him being an action star when he can actually also do other things. But that movie is just jam packed with former superheroes or current superheroes or guys that played superheroes in a superhero movie like Matt Damon. Um, uh, but yeah, I enjoyed it. So if you have 3 hours to spend and you don't mind going to the movies, and I know a lot of people don't like to go to the movies and spend money. That's one of those ones that I definitely do enjoy doing. I love concerts. I love going to the movies. I'm not a fan of sporting events. Really not a fan of wrestling events, except for the old local shows. There's nothing like just hearing the mat. Commentary does so much for professional wrestling. Same with sports, and then also the traffic of getting out of places. Concerts, on the other hand, completely different. But also over the weekend, got some. I got some toys in. If you didn't see, one is actually right back there. Jim Bro Skeletor. He may be the my non GI Joe figure of the year, just because he's so much fun. Um, just because he's so much fun. I've already done like two little shorts. I've taken a whole bunch of pictures. I have more ideas for gym days. So I am really looking forward to doing some more pictures. And as of right now, behind that, it's hard to see. That's kind of where my makeshift gym is right now. But you might see there's also like another computer. I'm doing training, virtual training. I did it today and then tomorrow. So a lot of times sitting in this chair, which I'm not super excited about. Um, but after a while, yeah, I'm literally just watching slide after slide after slide and watching these little videos. And I'm just, after a while, I started getting bored and I started taking pictures, um, uh, posing the figures. So how I knew I wanted to pose them for the jazzercising that they were doing. And then I had gotten the Mezco figures out. And if you've seen the one where I got Destro and Firefly, you can see them right in the back there. Um, that was during the training. But then I thought, you know what? I need to do something else. And I think I took a couple pretty good pictures that I'm actually pretty proud of, to be 100% honest. Um, and then yesterday, I did my reviews, push the stuff out. grocery shopping, did some work around the house, put my display back together in my living room. The kitchen one is still a wreck. My Marvel Legends are still all over the damn place. But all in all, a successful weekend, just kind of doing things um, and enjoying life. It's nice here in Michigan, so I want to enjoy things as much as possible. And Cal Shave, yeah, well, listen, I said I don't like really going to sporting event or wrestling events, but 93,173 people in the Pontiac Silverdome. That was different. And I was at WrestleMania 23 also. I've been to a lot of the ones. The SummerSlam was here. I've seen them. I saw the Halloween Havoc where the Yeti and the Big Show make love to Hulk Hogan in the ring. This is the only WCW event I've ever been to, and it was awful. It was well before it was the NWO. But enough about that. 43 people watching right now. Please, if you haven't yet, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff. I think we can hit 10,000 before we get to the Punkathon, which I have to start planning the Punkathon. If you don't know what the Punkathon is, it's a 36-hour plus live stream where all super chats, anything donated to me through PayPal, it all goes to Sergeant Reds, where they give me everything at, I believe they do it cost, I'm not sure. Everything goes to Toys for Tots. Do it at the end of October so we can get paid in November so kids can be blessed for Christmas that year, because I've talked about it before. I've always been blessed and lucky enough that I never had to go without. My dad made sure I never did. My kids have never. A lot of you guys have never, but a lot of you also have, and it's for a good cause. So I'm going to start putting that together now because I need to get on that as quickly as possible. But let's say hi to everyone. We have Shane from Same Time Toys. He's somewhere right here saying, okay, so we're back on schedule. Let's do this. Kind of yes and no. I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to be doing going forward. Cookstar is here. We have G.I. Bro, who has the best guns in the community. We have a Darth Berkey Stew for lunch. We have the Krusty Old Crow, who I have to say, thank you so much for coming in on Thursday and talking about the SDCC drops from G.I. Joe and what we saw there. Cooking with Eric is here. We have Callister, who I've already mentioned, U.S. Combat Dojo jumping in here. We have Blue Barnella, and I think as we say on Circular Jerks, this asshole, but I'm the only asshole here, so I guess I'm talking about my son. Myself, right? Stew for lunch. I think I already said him. Beardy Mick Beardis is here. We have Ultra Match. We have Snow Wolf joining us. Dustin Blair. We have Menhuza. We have Action Figs, who is always telling me how he is stepping back. He's not buying as much. Oh wait, that's the other moderator. This is Action Figs, who he blows as much fucking money as I do, and will once again be my partner over at Assembly Required in November. Stew for lunch jumping in, gifting one Punk membership. And if I scroll back over here, it went to Snow Wolf. So congratulations, Snow Wolf. And I will give you the quick.
Welcome to the creamery.
All right. And then Beardy McBeardison saying member for 23 months. So he gets the
fucking Phil Collins.
And then we have a Debo DNA saying, what's up, everyone? I need that Skeletor. That Skeletor is fucking amazing. It is so much fun. And I have so many ideas for gym days that are going to be going on. We have Viper Scout jumping in here. I think I said hi to Menhuza, but I like saying that over and over and over. I want people to know it's Menhuza. We have Kodiak Rex saying, I will say I'm excited for the Bloodstone figure. Kodiak, I don't feel like I've ever seen you before. Matthew Matson may correct me, but either way, I want.
Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. You gotta understand, man. I never even saw these assholes before.
We got Plastic Fantastic has jumped in here. Stufelin says we had a major thunderstorm and tornado warning in my town that is kiboshed by Odyssey plan that kiboshed my Odyssey plan today. Hopefully going Wednesday. And that's kind of weird. We're supposed to get these storms and it never rained. And my grass is literally screaming for rain. Steve Cham is here. Nolan, which makes us Toy Tube official. Paul Morales has joined the chat. We have G.I. Jetman jumping in saying, hey, Punk and chat. And then we have Stu for lunch. Member for 9 months saying, hey, my membership baby has arrived. Huzzah. I think that's how you say that or whatever. So quickly, you also get the
Fucking Phil Collins.
Why is everyone fucking Phil Collins? We have Snake jumping in here. 80s Joe's who says I saved him. He's saying I saved him $55 on that trouble bubble. It's in the comments. Yes, I do read everyone's comments, or at least I try to. Matthew Madsen jumping in here. We have SCS Dog saying aloha. Oh, gotta roll out and catch the replay. Well, great to have you here, and hopefully you get to check out, and hopefully you'll hear something that you enjoy here. Let's see here. Who else is there anyone else? I know there's got to be someone else here. We have MTC Collects. How are you doing? We have a Lost Ranger 87 saying sup punk, and we made it to the end. All right, so a lot of toy news to talk about. A lot of me fixing the slides. That's going to be a lot of fun. I got to go dump some slides and then add some slides, and this is going to be a lot of fun. Quickly, I want to say what's up, Joe Fan 84. So quickly, I wrote this down. I want to mention this because Debo was in there. I do not get emotional. I'm not an emotional person at all. And when a celebrity dies, when someone famous dies, I usually make jokes about it. I don't know the person, and I didn't know this person. I had talked to him after a show once or twice. I know a lot of people know him. I believe Debo actually knows him. And that is, and you guys hear the song. You don't even know it. So opening them every single one of my reviews, it is Sick of It All, G.I. Joe Head Stomp. Lou Kohler, the singer, he got esophagus cancer about 2 years ago. He went into remission. It was cleared. And then I think maybe a month later, he said it came back. It did not look good for him. And unfortunately, shortly after his I think, 59th birthday, I'm sure Debo can correct me on that. His birthday is actually my son's birthday. He lost his battle with cancer. And I know, like, again, the types of bands and people that would follow me on my algorithm, I've never seen on my Instagram when someone passes away so many things said about someone, and just like how this guy just was this angry guy on the mic and his voice as a lead singer and what they did, but being such a good person and gentle soul. And I think I missed them the last 2 times they were here because they were opening up for other bands that I wasn't interested in really seeing. And I've seen them numerous times, so I'm not one of those people that can go, oh, I wish I would have seen them. I've seen them probably 10 times or so. But it sucks to see all the videos of him singing or screaming, as he even would put it, knowing that I'm never going to be able to see it again. And this is a band that started in 86. They have had, I think, 1 member change, and it was in 80, maybe 91, 92, changing 1 band member out. And that was 2 brothers, the Kohler brothers. The drummer's always been with them. And then Craig, the guitarist, he was the second bassist, and they've been together since 91. So it sucks for me. Again, my favorite band of all time. Most of you probably don't know, and that's fine too. But to see all the stuff and to read stuff, and also the one thing that hit me hard, and like I said, I'm not a sensitive guy, is reading an Instagram post from his daughter. That ate me because of how I am with with Olivia and stuff. So I just wanted I needed to mention that. I know there's a lot of people that know the band, and again, you guys hear the fucking song all the time. You just have no idea who they are. You probably wouldn't like them if you actually heard them, and that's fine. we don't have to like the same shit. All right. I lost my fucking mouse. And now my mouse died. So this is awesome. Let's see here. This is going really great. I have no slides. My mouse died, so I got my backup mouse here. Quickly here, we have Grizzlehorn jumping in here. We have 610 Yo Joe Daddy. We have Sarge and Reds jumping in saying, "What's up, Larry?" That makes me wonder. D has her own, but usually when it starts off nice, I have a hard time believing that that's John. But maybe he heard me talking about the Punkathon, and that's his cue to come in. Anyway, War Chest has jumped in. 28 months membership, so you quickly get the
Fucking Phil Collins.
Anyway, okay, so it is John. I don't know. That might be D because it's not the greatest rip. It's not the greatest rip, and I love D, but she sometimes is not the greatest when it comes to ripping on people because she's just too nice. Toy Optics saying 2 weeks off and you just shit the bed. Actually, I had 3 weeks off and I was on last week, so that is not true. I still got to figure out I got to fix these slides. Now I know what Baldy feels like. Anyway, what else? So this week I did get in. I reviewed the Super 7 figures, the Ninja Force reaction figures, which aren't bad. Again, I have my issues with it. With them in general, and I'm going to talk about that in a second. I got the Lady Deadpool figure out there. I got that review. I dropped the Super 7 BBTS exclusive Flight Pod, the Trouble Bubble, and then I got Jim Bro Skeletor, which I'm going to have so much fun with this. I have a feeling Spec will too. Especially anyone that's ever worked out that's doing that tries to do photography, you're going to enjoy just doing all that stuff. I missed my comment about shipping. Wait, did you ship out my SDCC stuff? Wait, did you ship it out or not? Because you didn't tell me how much I owe you yet. Anyway. I got those in, so go check out those reviews. Hit the like and subscribe and all that other good shit. What the hell I read here? Oh yeah, I'm training. I guess I'm training today and tomorrow. So I was all here here all day, doing different pictures. You'll probably see the same thing tomorrow. You can only do so much before you start like wandering off. You start wandering off and shit. Oh well, let me know how much it is. I mean, it was something I didn't really think about. I had a feeling it was going to be fairly expensive, but whatever. I mean, I asked you to get it for me, so I don't renege on stuff. So just tell me how much I owe you. Anyway. Yeah, I don't know. Just message me and I'll tell you what to do. But anyway, I'll be doing the training today and tomorrow, so I won't be stressing to wake up in the morning because we're starting at 9. We started at 10 today, and I had way too much time considering I don't have to leave my house. I literally have to go right here, which makes it pretty easy. So. This week, we get back on schedule with Thursday with a Friend, and I will have Sam from Skeletron. And I didn't really like saying Sam from Skeletron, but he also isn't like in the media or like in YouTube, so I didn't know if he wanted me to put his last name. So I just kind of kept his last name out of it, put Sam from Skeletron. That's how people, I think know who he is. I actually met him and talked to him at Assembly Require last year. I chatted with him a little bit this year. A lot of fun. Good guy. He actually gave me the hat. So yes, me shilling for another company. That's perfectly fine. Me shilling for the companies. But hey, you know what? We do what we do. We put a lot of time and effort into this. So I like to give back. And I was really looking forward to him getting to chat with him. So that's going to be a good one. I think you guys are going to enjoy it. Here comes Matthew having to one up everyone. Sam gave me a hat also, but I've never seen you wear the hat, so you're not even representing. Anyway, so a couple things before I play something, so I have time to put some slides together. The slides are already together. I just have to delete some. There's a couple things that bug the fuck out of me. I know you guys are like, holy shit, dude, you get annoyed? I know. That was a hat trick hat too, and you know it. Okay. So one was, and I've gotten this comment numerous times, and that is when I review a Super 7 reaction figure, a reaction plus, and I mentioned once again about not having swivel wrists. And someone made the comment again. If they are just filling in the gaps, why would they put swivel wrists on it? The original line didn't have it. You fuckers got to stop with that shit. All right? First off, they're not even filling in gaps. They are doing, for the most part right now, Sunbow figures. G.I. Joe Real American Hero was never, ever built off of the cartoon. Never. The cartoon, I'm sorry to say it to everyone, is a fucking shitty version of a Real American Hero. I'm glad that they're doing stuff. But when you want to give me this bullshit of, hey, the originals didn't have swivel wrist, these shouldn't also. Well, guess what? The original figures had fucking straight arms. They didn't have swivel arm battle grip, right? So why do you want that to change? They also didn't have a ball peg neck, so they couldn't look down. Why the fuck would you want that? You see, there's this thing called an evolution, and the evolution into the O-ring is the swivel wrist. Now, to the people that want to say, well, I want it to be like the original, well, guess what? They're not like the original to begin with. First off, the detail on them isn't even half what we had in the fucking 80s. And I'm talking about the detail. The detail isn't there. The paint isn't there. Giving us one fucking weapon when I compare this to other figures like Delta 17 and Operation Recall, who are charging the same amount or around the same amount and giving us a bunch of other shit, weapons, accessories, the detail, swivel wrists, right? They are doing it. But Super 7, the biggest of all the companies, they can't do it. But then you want to say, well, the swivel wrist wasn't there. Well, guess what? Here's the other thing. And you can go back and watch Patrick Stewart's video. He talked about what made the G.I. Joe Real American Hero line different, and the fact that they printed the face tones in the color and the plastic. Well, Super 7 paints most of their shit, so it looks like shit. So stop saying, hey, you know what? It doesn't matter. This isn't what they did. Why are you asking for it? I want something that shows an evolution. I'm glad that they're doing something because Hasbro isn't. I do still buy the stuff. I had no problems with how much stuff they gave us with the Ninja Force. That was a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, it was on the tree and I had to pop it all off, but if that's what you have to do to get it, then so be it. I'll deal with that. But stop with the, hey, we didn't have this in the 80s. Fucking stop. It's not the 80s anymore, man. Do you say, hey, you know what? I don't like the fact that Dodge has unleaded engines because their original V8s, they were all leaded gas. No, you don't do that. There's an evolution to shit. Do you complain that there's no longer carbureted engines? They're all fuel injected. I mean, that's not what it was originally. But for some odd reason, these tiny little fucking toys that no one can get over, and look at the Super 7 stuff and look at what Hasbro did in the 80s and tell me that they're even close to being the same. And I'm talking about with detail. Not the quality. Plastic has changed. I get that. But the details aren't there. That's one gripe. And I've heard it a bunch of times. Now, if you just say, hey, you know what? I don't really like it. That's fine. But people give me this gripe that they shouldn't do it because it wasn't like it. Listen, they're not continuing it. They just have the name. That's all they have. Alex Martinez jumping in and saying, hello, Mr. Punk. We have Hinderer Collector jumping in. So that's one of my fucking gripes. Okay? And again, I'm glad that they picked it up. I'm glad that they're doing stuff. But you are allowed to evolve the line. You are. Because in all honesty, your figures look like shit compared to the original one. Okay? Quickly, what is it? Final Drive Show jumping in and saying, Punk is right. It's 2026. There's no reason modern 3.75 figures from a company as big as Super 7 do not have swivel wrists, especially at that price point. Do better, Super 7. And that's just it. I'm comparing them to smaller companies that do that. All right. And again, I pointed out, I accept it. I'm still going to point it out because hopefully they hear it. And hopefully more people will speak up and say, hey, you know what? This isn't okay. You can do this and it be a proper evolution of how it should be. All right. That's just one of my gripes. The other one is this one. And maybe I'm wrong, but I looked into it and I don't think I'm wrong. So someone complained they're pissed at Super 7 because they ordered 2 Trouble Bubbles, and he said it didn't come with any packing peanuts or anything, and the box is destroyed. Now, you could tell it had some packing around it. The box was absolutely destroyed during shipping. It was not concealed damage. The box was absolutely destroyed. And this guy's talking about bitching. He's pissed at Super 7. People are also like saying it, and I said, I can't believe that I have to tell a grown man this on the fucking shipper. That is not on Super 7. And then someone made a comment that I can't believe I have to tell a grown man that all issues are on the shipping, on the shipper, not on the carrier. Well, that's bullshit. One thing, I looked it up, and you can offer insurance, but if it is damaged during transit by the carrier, it is on the carrier. It even says it in there, right? This is not concealed damage. So you see these people, and this is just a Super 7 one this time. And goddamn, I have to fucking defend Super 7, which, God, it's like trying to piss me off or something. Super 7 ships it out in a perfectly fine box. It gets damaged by FedEx or whoever it was. I don't know who it was. He didn't say who it was. And I mean, the box is destroyed. How does that go back to Super 7 or any other carrier? Now, someone can sit there and say, well, it's supposed to be on them. When we get our copy machines in, and yes, much more expensive, but still, if the box is damaged at all, they have to take pictures of it. And if there's something wrong with the copy machine, it falls on filing a claim with the shippers, not Kyocera, because Kyocera didn't do that. That's somebody else dropping the shit on there. And if it's something that is internal, then yeah, That's on them. Now, I'll say this again. When it comes to Amazon, Target, Walmart, places like this, the goal is to get what's in the package to you, not about the package being in great shape. Now, Super 7, I would assume, hey, they are an actual toy company. They want to ship it in nice shape because there are in-box collectors. I don't know why. You literally cut the little box open, it opens up, the thing fucking falls out. And I don't mean a bad way. It's packaged pretty nicely. But he received his product fine. It wasn't damaged. So that's not really on them. They received it properly. But here comes the issue. Super 7 didn't fuck it up. It was FedEx, USPS, whoever it was. I don't know. They didn't say who it was. But blame the fucking people that actually caused the problem. That's the issue. And again, we've all seen it. We've seen these people that fucking complain and they want to bitch to BBTS because there's a fucking box that you could tell someone had 100-pound, 100 or 200-pound fucking box on top of it. It's not BBTS's fault. That's FedEx or whoever it was. Russell Lemieux says the USPS destroyed a box of mine and I got it and it was missing an item and had a my bad note. Well, the USPS destroyed a box of mine. I got it and it was missing item and had a my bad. Oh, okay. So I know I struggle with reading, but sometimes punctuation is very helpful, Russell. The USPS destroyed a box of mine, comma. I got it. It was missing an item, period. But it had a bad note. But it had a my bad note. I'm sorry. It was struggling for me. Yes, White Knighting Super 7. What world is this? I know. What can I say? And then we have Grizzlehorn, member for 25 months, saying, I'll never call. I don't know what that says. But I'm going to let other people read it, and you're going to get a...
Fucking Phil Collins.
That's just a crap. I've seen people do this, and if I see a box that comes in damaged, and I get a lot of fucking packages, I don't ever look at the company. Now I'm also going to open it, so as long as it's not damaged on the inside, and I keep a lot of my boxes. I keep most of my boxes. But again, it's the fact is it's not on that company that shipped it. Now, if you look inside and you can tell that it's damaged and there's damage on the inside, then that's when you contact them. But how many times do we see someone want to call and bitch to BBTS, or they have, and you realize, like, man, it's not even their issue. Not at all. Not even close to being their issue. But we see it all the time, and it goes round and round and round. But go look online, just go look who's responsible for it, and it will tell you that the carrier is responsible for it. The carrier is responsible for it. Taking it with care, and we know they don't. We all saw Ace Ventura. Darth Burke says, "Good luck trying to get reimbursed by FedEx." I'm not saying it's going to be easy, or even if it's going to happen. But if I'm Super 7 and you send me that picture, and all you have to do is, if you look in the Super 7 Facebook group page, you'll see it. If you sent that to me and I'm Super 7, I'm saying I'm sorry, but we packaged it properly. You have to speak with the carrier because that's not on us. And that's just me. And if someone is, if someone gets that issue and they're like, I'm not going to buy from you anymore, well, then that's fine. It's an unfortunate thing, but they didn't cause the problem. And yes, that's where I'm defending Super 7, which in my heart of hearts, it bothers me to do. So I'll have to tear them apart over something later on. Because I can't do that and not rip on them, right? I mean, they're not a great company. All right. I'm sitting here trying to oops. I'm actually trying to fix my slides while I'm talking to you guys. So anyway, tomorrow will be Circle the Jerks back to the normal time. But what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to play a long commercial so I can put a slide together so I can talk about toys and what we saw at San Diego Comic-Con. So, and no, I will not be dropping a Grumble Dove.
And now back to Cobra News Now.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have received word that our field correspondent, Scrap Iron, is on scene at Mars Industries, and he has interviewed a few eyewitnesses and forwarded those statements over to us as he tries to get closer for a better vantage point on the fire. So let's take a listen to these eyewitness statements and see if we can discover what has happened here tonight.
All right, so I'm out here just ripping this mini ramp that's made by Mars Industries. Don't ask, I don't understand why they sponsored it. But anyway, I hear this huge explosion, and I hear all these people yelling and screaming that this thing's on fire, and they tell me to call 911, so I call 911. We got the ESU police here, and we got the firefighters, and wait a minute, don't you work for Mars Industry and the Iron Grenadiers too?
Oh yeah, that's a wicked fire, eh? Good bonfire for burning the moose on. Kind of reminds me, it reminds me of the one that we did at Justin Bieber every year at Stratford Festival. Just as much smoke, big flame. We do that to keep Sasquatch away. What'd you do yours for, eh?
Yeah, how you doing? I was walking down the street, hanging out, minding my own business. About to sit down on the park bench here and just enjoy my meal here. I got a nice little delicious lunch made by my wife, my lovely wife. She's a great cook. Sometimes not the best, but listen, we all suffice, right? And I'm sitting here on the bench about to open up my lunch box after a long day of work. I'm a construction worker. If you haven't noticed, I got this hard hat on, right? And I'm sitting here chilling. And next thing you know, I smell burning. And I go, what is that? And then the explosion, the loud, boom! I'm like, oh, what the hell was that? What's going on? You sound like Aaron Judge cracked a home run. I'm freaking out. I look up, and Mars Industries is on fire. And I'm like, yo, what the hell is this? The building just blew up. It's on fire now. And no one can have any answers. Nobody has any answers. Next thing you know, the fire shows up. The cops show up. Nobody knows what's going on. But damn things for sure, that building blew up. Now listen, I ain't no conspiracy theorist, but I'll tell you this. The owner of that building, he wears a metal helmet. Who's wearing a metal helmet? Just to do business. Something don't smell right. You understand what I'm saying? That building, that was an inside job. You can quote me on that. Thank you for having me on the news. I've never been on the news before. This is fantastic. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. And before we go, I want to shout out some people. My man Shane, my man Woody, my man Mike. I appreciate you all. Take it easy, guys. I appreciate you. I'm on the freaking news right now. This is fantastic.
Well, that was certainly something. So let's see if we can check back in with Scrap Iron and see if he's been able to locate Destro or the Baroness, find out the cause of this fire. Over to you, Scrap Iron. Scrap Iron. Scrap, are you there? Looks like we might be having some technical difficulties, and oh my God. Oh, I'm going to have to go over there now.
All right, I was able to do it in that amount of time. So anyway, let's just get into San Diego Comic-Con. There might be some stuff that wasn't there, but for the most part, we will be talking San Diego Comic-Con. And of course, I have to talk on Master of the Universe because I am your number one go-to when it comes to Motu news. And quickly, we have some new Chronicles. These are not all in order. I will say that completely. And quickly, Classic Fantastic. Remember, for 22 months, I don't even need to say this, because
Fucking Phil Collins.
And Devil Dog jumping in saying, "What's up, Punk and chat?" These are a lot of Chronicle figures. A lot of these are going to be out of order, but I gotta say, I wish I was still into like the Motu other than Jim Bro, because they look so good. Tila looks really good in Chronicles. I watched Master of the Universe again this weekend, or this weekend. Maybe I watched it Friday. I don't know, Thursday. I don't know. I watched it. I really liked the movie. It was just fun. It was just fun. Just a fun movie, man. It really is. It hits the feels. It's what a G.I. Joe movie should be. Mechaneck with his big giant neck here. This part of the movie still creeps me out. I'm not the only one, right? Like when he fights with his neck, that's not how we ever thought of anything. It kind of creeps me out. And Toy Optics saying, dude, the new Chronicles figures look amazing. And Toy Optics was there. So some of these pictures may be yours. I don't know. I pulled almost all of these from Toy News International. So this Panther is awesome, even though he's not in the movie. So to all the people that say that kids do not play with toys, a couple weeks ago, I was in Target, and this kid was really upset because he wanted Panther, and the grandmother was like, "Well, that's it right there." He's like, "No." I go, "Are you looking for the one Skeletor rides?" And he's like, "Yes." And I go, "They don't make that one." I go, "That one wasn't in the movie." And the grandmother was so happy because the kid was really starting to fight with her. Well, guess what? Now they're making one. Cooter's Garage jumping in here. And G.I. Jetman said he's watched it twice so far. And G.I. Joe doesn't need as many fist jokes. That's because they don't have fisto. Now, is Mechaneck on a bendy wire? Can you tell me, Spec? You were there, and I know you were looking at these. It looks like it's on a bendy wire. Because if it was just like this, it'd be really awkward. If that's just how his neck was. So, giant neck, you can tell it's obviously going to pop off because he doesn't have to have a weird seeking neck all the time. And let's see here. J Solo Art saying, I really liked the Motu movie. Best of all, my 5-year-old daughter loved it and said she wanted the toys. That's awesome. And Matthew said, 10-year-old daughter, she liked it. Olivia wanted to go see it. So, and it sounds like it's doing well for Amazon. And that's kind of what they were banking on. Man, give them head. I actually watched it with my ex, and we laughed about it. 3-star jumping in here saying, watch Motu once so far at home. It'll probably be one of those background noise movies. One of the background noise movies to have on because it's awesome. The problem with that is that it's one of those movies that you put it for the background movie, and then you end up watching it because you hear those little parts that now you want to watch again, and then you end up sitting down, and next thing you know, you're there for way too long. Darth Berkey's, yeah. So there's a lot more kids, and it was good in my opinion for, it was good for the adults. It had adult jokes that went right over the kids' heads. It fit perfectly into our lore. So many Easter eggs with Big Jim and the Fright Zone and all this other stuff. So again, I will watch it again for sure. Tony's Fix says Castle Grayskull's stripper pole. Spec, you need to buy Mechaneck and buy the Sorceress and have the stripper pole. So anyway, here's Panther, who was not in Chronicles, but the Chronicle line again is what is replacing I forget what the other line was called. They're smaller figures, but they're still doing the other line. Don't worry, Masterverse. But they're still doing the Masterverse line, so don't worry. They're doing all kinds of lines. But yeah. So here is our Sky Sled. I still like the Sky Sled with the actual vehicle that it came with. But hey, you know what? You get what you get, right? Devil Dog says Skeletor is awesome. He owned every scene he was in. I feel like it's me like defending Super 7, but you're absolutely right. And even like the dad jokes that he was telling, it just worked, man. Like when he's like, you're like, oh my god, this is so campy, but then he's like, dude, you guys need to laugh. Like, why aren't you not? Yeah. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. So here we have, I believe this is still Chronicles here. Clawful, which looks nothing like a Clawful I've ever seen. Very menacing. Now, this would not be the merman that we saw at. Spoiler alert: this would not be the merman that we saw at the end of the movie. Just for a snippet. Now, maybe that's not supposed to be merman. Maybe that's just someone from his species. Maybe this is supposed to be him. Maybe this is not the movie one. Who knows? But again, these look really good. And these are ones now I feel like you can start mixing them in with, your Savage Crucibles, your Mythic Legions. You can make it work. This guy, I did not like this guy. It was like one of those figures one of those characters they put in the movie, and you're like, yeah, I could have lived without him. I could have lived without it. Viper Scout says, I don't know what you are showing, but I have it on good authority that Mattel canceled Motu like 5 years. Oh, dude, I think it's been longer than 5 years, hasn't it? You're absolutely right. Yeah, Motu was canceled like 5 years ago. So here, here's another picture of them. I was going through a lot of this. Lost Ranger says, didn't like what happened to Moss Man. But let me ask you, when you saw what happened to Moss Man, did you go, oh no, oh no? Because I did right away. I did right away. So anyway, here's the Motu figures that they showed off. So here's the Zor and the sorceress. And I like that they're trying to show you, hey, look, we made it look right. She is just absolutely gorgeous. I have thought she was gorgeous since I saw her in the V remake, which I'm still upset that they canceled, who had Supergirl in it. And now these, I believe, are Amazon exclusives in a 4-pack. Correct me if I'm wrong. I thought it was a 4-pack. But we have T-Lander classic outfit. Hopefully Man at Arms actually has a trigger finger because he can't really use the gun. Adam. So when I was watching it with their mom, and Olivia said this when we saw it at the movies, and then Susan said the same thing when we were watching it. If anyone's worked out, when you work out and you get larger, it is hard to hide that you are a bigger person. And the actor playing Adam, you could clearly see he was a bigger guy, and they do everything they can to hide it with the long sleeves and everything, but you can't hide that shit, all right? And when he changes into He-Man, they literally de-size him to show him gaining muscle. And I laughed. Olivia laughed the first time we saw it. Susan was like, I could tell he was big before. I was like, yeah, no shit. It wasn't like Steve Rogers in Captain America, the First Avenger, where they make him smaller. It was so obvious, and that was bad, but it did make me laugh, so I will give him that. Jetman says, was there a cameo of Clawful in the movie? I thought I saw him in the jail cell. Possibly. I don't remember seeing him, but there's a lot of stuff I didn't look for either. Steve Martin jumping in here. And then we have Billy Boy's Toy saying hello, Punk. Hello, chat. Hope you're all doing well and having a great Monday. Hey, you know what? I'm live. It's Monday. And then there's this figure. I have no intention of this figure. I don't. I'm talking about the one in the middle. That's a Battle Armor Man-at-Arms. I think the next picture is, yeah. All I have to say is that this is a perfect Battle Armor character. I absolutely love this figure. I have no intention of getting it. So I don't collect Origins anymore, but I always loved the Battle Armor figures. I mean, He-Man was always like the regular He-Man, and then I loved Power Punch He-Man, but the Battle Armor He-Man was always so fucking cool. That barrel chest and the way that it turned. You only got 2 strikes though, but he fits perfect. He fits absolutely perfect. So I think it's awesome that they're going to be doing, I'm assuming, more Battle Armor figures, and he just fits perfect. Like everything about him. Obviously, you know, a trap jaw wouldn't work, and I don't think a merman would work, but he works perfect for it. So, so this is an Origins reboot. Isn't that the same? Those are the same figures we already have, though. Well, that I had. Anyway, like I said, I just really like this. Oh, and here's a better look at him. And it looks like he's part of a build the figure wave. Where it literally says build a figure. So I guess I was right. There's some more of the figures. Yeah, if there's it does, yeah, they're rebooting this already, I guess, right? Yes, they're rebooting the Origins line. Except they never killed it. So these are the same figures, they're just redoing them. Like they're not even rebooting it because it never technically went away. But yeah, you know what? Good for them. It's probably smart because I do think that movie being on Amazon will help out because dads are gonna put that on for their kids. So, but here it is, Origins. I guess we'll be talking about Origins. I don't. I mean, I do remember hearing that this line was dead. There was the whole. I mean, he did video after video after video, saying that this line was dead. Viper Scout is absolutely right. So, a new trap jaw right there. Spikor looks really cool. Beastman. I did not like Beastman. Not gonna lie, I did not like Beastman. It worked, but man, he was ugly. This Moss Man is awful. I'm sorry. Like I see this Moss Man at it's in a 2-pack, and I just hate it. I hate it. Skunkworks jumping in here saying, "I'm getting these. Love me some Origins." Hey, and that's how I'm going to keep you a fan of the channel by talking more Origins. Tony, man, he's so mean, and yet Tony has one of the most disgusting moldy Moss Man that he can't get rid of because it was a gift, which I love. Roboto, Man-at-Arms, and here they're like literally cramming him into this little box. I almost feel bad for him or her because it's actually a she. They gender swapped a robot, but it does look pretty cool. I'm sure someone will try and work it into a classified line and make it a bat leader or something. It's not gonna work. But there you go. And you can see all her her mechanics inside of it. I think she's darker than what she was at the end of the movie. Skunkor says Battle Armor Man-at-Arms is straight up Aurora farming. All right. Skelenite went up on sale for the CollectorCon at Walmart. I I mentioned this when I got out of Origins. I told you, like, they just continue to make these really good sculpts for what their figures are, keeping a lower price point and very minor articulation. There's no doubt about that. But I think this looks good. Multiple head sculpts, different chest pieces, so you can army build these guys, make different bucks, different looks. I love what they've done with this stuff. So there you go, and they are in the movie too. These guys are in the movie. So, but if you're an Origins guy, if you're a He-Man guy, Master of the Universe for the people that are politically correct. I still have thought it was He-Man my entire life until the last 10 years. But here you go. And look, it's a big figure. He's almost 7 inches fucking tall, dude. He's a big old fucking character. All right, Legend of Zelda. These dropped. These did drop. I think they look good. But once again, Hasbro and the price point, just come on. So here's Link. Some of you may not know this yet. Link is not Zelda. Zelda is actually the princess. I assume most people by now know, but there's probably people that don't know that Metroid is also a female. But here's Link, and he's the one that has the best accessories. A hand, sword, the shield, soft goods cape, I believe. It looks really good. Now, this is from Heroes of Hyrule. I know there's people that want different versions of them. It all depends on the license that they get, and what they can do. The same with like Street Fighter, right? The Street Fighter figures that Jada has. Gangsta jumping in and saying, Punk, what do you think about Hasbro re-releasing exclusive Arctic Bat September 1st and the Viper? I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. A matter of fact, I don't. The Arctic Bat was never an exclusive. I truly think that a container went down to the bottom of the ocean. But they're now doing them in plastic packaging, so open window packaging. Again, I'm not collecting for money, or for my retirement. And the fact that they are making some changes now, I think that it would be nice if what they really should do is maybe make some changes to the color, add a number to it, make it different, right? That's what they should really be doing. But well, again, people wanted that, and I have a feeling that we're probably going to see a retro carded one eventually of the Range Viper. But I think they should have changed the color scheme a little bit. They should have made something different other than the packaging, but it is what it is. Like I said, none of these figures that I'm buying am I looking at it that I'm keeping them and selling them. I'm literally buying this shit now so my kids have to fucking struggle to get rid of them when I die. And I can watch them from somewhere and laugh. Yes, that's what. Yeah, the Arctic Bass will have the new window packaging. I only saw someone mention that. I don't have anything official on that, but I would assume I don't see why not, unless if they found the old badge. But anyway, Ganondorf. I know nothing about this guy. He has a sword. The sheath seems to be on the proper side, so Matthew hasn't lost his fucking mind. I think it's good that people are looking out for what drives Matthew nuts and what doesn't. I am not. And then we get Princess Zelda. And she pretty much has a broken sword and a hand. And this is where your $28 price point, again, becomes a problem. Like, you're telling me you could not have added anything in to some of these characters to make them more game-like. Just to say, hey, here's the value. And again, I think that becomes problematic for a lot of people. We also know exactly how Hasbro does things, right? They're a corporation. They're about their own bottom line. But this is where people complain, and they have every right to complain. I think these look really good. I think Link looks really good. But you're shorting us with the price point and just giving us some little things that can be used, because I have a hard time believing that there isn't a couple things that happen within this game that they could. It's a fucking video game where you're walking around picking up stuff. So, okay, I'm not gonna yell anymore. Lego Star Wars Kid says maybe they are both open. No, I believe they are. I mean, I've heard that. I mean, I heard it on the interwebs. I don't have any confirmation about the Arctic Bat. I haven't seen it. I'm not saying it's not out there, but it would only make sense that they would do that, unless if they found the old shipment, it's been sitting in like a warehouse or something. But I doubt that. 3-star says these figures look pretty good, but you're right. $28 is a joke for them. Black Series level, and that's it right there. But again, there's so many things that get picked up in a video game that they could add and create. And how deep are they going to go on this line? Tristan T jumping in here saying greetings, everyone. Now, this is Zelda. It is from Hasbro. We're going to go to Star Wars, but before we do, I'm going to say this. And I did mention this to Matthew because Matthew brought it up in our chat. And I was like, hey, you know what? These things, a kid goes to see the movie. Dad takes him to see the movie. These are, the kid may want it. I have decided that I'm not even showing off the Street Fighter movie figures. They look fucking awful. I mean, they look absolutely awful. And I understand what Hasbro is doing. And there is an aesthetic that they have to go for, but they can't do what they're supposed to do. They're based off of the movie. And there's no way that I'm going to show them when, for the same price point, people in this space, this collector space, are going to look at that and go, I'll just buy the fucking Jada because they look so fucking awful. And if you don't know what I mean, you can go look at them really quick. They look so bad. All right. Back to Star Wars, or the start of Star Wars. They dropped some of this stuff. I have no idea what it is. Black Series. I am starting to wonder now. They see the success of G.I. Joe vehicles. Is this time that Hasbro starts saying, hey, you know what? We have vehicles in Star Wars. There are some vehicles that can be made for Marvel Legends. We need to start maybe pushing some of these out. I don't know. And Toy Optics quickly says the movie Street Fighter looks like the actors, but they beat Jada or Storm Arena. I don't know how they beat it. Street Fighter wrestling figures were strange. Yeah, they're still there, but that's a whole different thing. Yeah, I don't know. So Spec is saying I got the SDCC ATRT and it's pretty rad. It looks cool. I mean, if you like, I'm not a mech guy. That's kind of why I'm like one of the reasons why I'm not a huge fan of that. The Fans Hobby Joe Fest exclusive, other than I just don't think it's as great as Crow says it is. I'm not a big fan of mechs, but it is what it is. I think it looks good, and this is where like Black Series should start to be. They don't beat. Okay. Well, I agree. Star Wars, yeah, it largely failed, and I fully remember that. But I'm thinking maybe some of the smaller scale vehicles. They're seeing how well the G.I. Joe stuff is doing. Again, that's That TIE fighter was so large. The snow speeder's awesome. All right. Embo and the dog. I guess Star Wars is like, we need to get into some animals too. This looks pretty good. The animal looks good. Clearly, it's not based after anything that is done in the G.I. Joe Classified line, as they cannot share stuff. But I think this looks pretty cool. And if you're one of those people that just love animals or animal characters, even though it's not a real animal, this is something I could see somebody grabbing, picking up, and going, hey, you know what? I need this. And the character actually looks pretty damn cool too. He has some pretty cool weapons. Maybe he could use for ninjas or whatever. Maybe he can be ninja for Star Wars. I don't know. Right after we get Ninja Force Slaughter. Who the hell was it? Oh yeah, Crow. Crow wants Ninja Force Slaughter. Crow, I'm not lying. I wish now I would have bought one of those cheap Sergeant Slaughters when they were at Ollie's, so I could make a custom Ninja Force Slaughter for you. Same time, Toy says, well, they could have released the dog for $30, not possibly. And then we have Jabba. Oh, I'm sorry, Road of the Hutt. It looks like Jabba the Hutt. Once again, this is what I'm talking about. Like, I think that this is, I think this is where, like, maybe they're starting to go, hey, let's see what we can do. Again, do I think a full-size X-Wing or Millennium Falcon will ever work? No, but an ATST and those little ones, Jabba the Hutt, and, you know, his little, his, not barge, but the little thing that he sat on, like, Star Wars is known as much for their vehicles as G.I. Joe was. But you are absolutely correct in they didn't do well. And it also didn't help that that was the wrong TIE fighter, right? So, but here we go. More Star Wars Black Series. I liked the movie. I know a lot of people did not like this movie. It was fine. It could have been a TV show, but I enjoyed going to see it. And it basically took a season and wrapped it up into 2 hours. All right. See, I think this is if you give people Luke's X-Wing, I think that's one that you're right. A lot of people might that right there. Now there should be your fucking HasLab, right? There should be your fucking HasLab if you want to do something like that, because that is iconic enough, and obviously going to come with an iconic character. So, then there was this for the vintage. I do remember this. I don't remember what show it was in or what series, but this is in it. It looks like an ATST's head. That's all that I see is an ATST's head, which I think it maybe was. I don't know. But either way, this is perfect for the vintage series. I mean, if I had more room, I'd buy so much Star Wars, Marvel, obviously my G.I. Joe and the other shit, and just continue to go and go. Tony Speaks says, holy shit, those have. But are you just looking at them now or what? Or are you behind? I think a Falcon HasLab would be too big. But if you did it, you better not fucking do a HasLab for like 6 months. Because I think that you might get G.I. Joe collectors. You just get the toy collector that's like, I need a fucking full-size Millennium Falcon. And you better not throw any more HasLabs at me. Like, for a while. So here you go. I do like the fact that they do give you a carded figure. But if they're doing something like this, they should make it so you can remove it without destroying it. Because it's already in the box. Although someone would probably take it and, take that figure out and throw a banana in it. Take it back to Target. Attack of the Clones. These are all the vintage collection. So these are the 4-inch figures. We get the B1 Battle Droid Commander. He has a yellow dot on him. That's how you know he's a battle. The best Obi-Wan Kenobi. I don't think I would have ever said that before. They picked the absolute perfect person to be Obi-Wan Kenobi, and he literally took that mantle from Sir Alec Guinness. And I thought Alec Guinness was great. He made Obi-Wan, but Ewan McGregor truly did become Obi-Wan Kenobi. And I don't even think of Alex Guinness as Obi-Wan Kenobi. Matter of fact, I'll probably wear my Obi-Wan Kenobi tie to my brother's wedding that I'll be going to in 2 short weeks. Once again, I feel like Star Wars team just cannot do female faces right. That at any point in life, does Natalie Portman look like this? The answer is no. The answer is absolutely not. But then again, neither does Hayden Christensen. No, they have not released the price on the Thunder Machine. Yes, we are still talking Star Wars. Was it hard to see it right there? No, they have not. They haven't released it. We'll get to it. So here's all the figures pre-order on the 27th, which was today, and I didn't put it up there because no one that follows my channel cares about this shit. Spec, are you getting this? Did you get this? I don't know, Spec got something from Walmart that showed up like super quickly. I know it was that G.I. Joe. Devil Dog says, Ewan defined the character for a generation and a half and coming up on 2. He is Obi-Wan. I agree 100%. And Alec Guinness wasn't Obi-Wan enough. You know, he wasn't Obi-Wan enough in the 3 movies. You know, he was a bit part. He also wasn't happy about it. So Ewan McGregor, you know, wanted it to be Obi-Wan Kenobi, and he did a great job. So some more Star Wars. I don't want to even talk about Star Wars. I don't know who the fuck these characters are. and believe me, I've been trying to do a better job by putting the names and the prices, but there's a lot of shit to go through. Mother Talzin, again, I think these are characters. I know people will say like, hey, why do we need these? You're creating characters that no one needs. But when they don't create them, then people get pissed off that they're not creating these characters to recreate scenes, because there are people that do photography recreating scenes. But we know how people are. So here we go. Another one. I don't remember where I've seen him at. So I don't know where he's at or what he's from. So there you go. More pre-orders that went up today. Except I didn't put anything in. All right. And then we are getting Queen Amidala. I think of the plush doll. I think it was a plush doll that was out around this time. But this is like the most iconic version of her. Or iconic look, right? During the Phantom Menace, this is what you saw, right? So Luke Skywalker, another one. This is why I say like they can do more versions of G.I. Joe characters. We see it in Star Wars, we see it in Marvel Legends. So I don't know why, why people would think they can't. They're going to run out of options. They're not. They're just going to redo figures, make them a little bit better, tweak this, tweak that, repaint them. And here's the X-Wing. Very classic looking. Other than it has the black cannons. Why does it have black cannons? Luke Skywalker's didn't have black cannons, did it? I feel like I'm missing something. And Cooking with Eric says that figure got me into toys again. I'm not sure which one you're talking about. All right, so that's Red 3. Okay, wait, you're saying that's Red 3. What the hell? All right, it's Kenner Colors. I don't remember black. That's what I'm saying. I don't remember the Black Cannons, though. Did it? The OG really had black? What's wrong with the Black Cannons? What do you mean, you people? Okay, see, I don't remember, and that's why I was... Because I remember the stickers, but I don't remember them having Black Cannons. So, but I believe you guys, because enough people had said it, so I definitely believe you. So there you go. And it's part of the vintage collection. So, all right, on to NECA. I know people are going to fall in love with this. NECA loved it so much that it was like the only shot that they did. Only promotional shot they showed. The Muppet Christmas Carol. I'm assuming this is going to be a big hit with people. Okay, so 3-star says, when I was a kid, my X-Wing had white cannons. That's what I remember. That's what I remember. I don't want to go all Jeremy. I don't want to go all fucking Jeremy and say, like, listen, my X-Wing didn't have black cannons. Well, usually they show other pictures. That's why. Anyway, I think this is one that people are gonna buy. This is something I might pick up too for Christmas. Just put in the Christmas display. But it does look really good. The snow looks real. I got to give them that, man. I wonder if it is real snow. It looks like real snow and ice and everything. Oh, you'd think that little frog's legs would be a little cold there. So here he is by the fireplace. I guess they did have a different picture of him. So that's why Shane. See, they did other pictures. But, as, I've said numerous times before when doing this,
I don't go through all the graphics before the show.
Anyway, here's everything that it does come with. Kermit, a little Kermie, and yeah, that's it. Yes. Viper Scout, I'm not racist. Lando is my favorite character, but ... No, fucking Lando was fucking black as shit, dude. Lando Calrissian was he was darker than the brown crayon that you got in the Crayola box. All right, he was like the one that came in the Big Boy. When you go to Big Boy and it was like that off-brand, he was like super fucking dark. Yeah, I have a feeling this one's going to be a big one too. And here he is, Oscar the Grouch. And they did a great job of, and I say this about NECA all the time, like, sell us the accessories that you are showing off, right? You'd make more money doing that. Just don't send 2 to anyone, because then you'll lose your mind when you want them to fucking just ship it back. The Oscar the Grouch looks good. And I have a feeling this Oscar the Grouch, in my opinion, this is going to be the next Elf, right? If everyone remembers, that Elf figure is just one of the best figures that they did. Who would have thought that people would have absolutely fell in love with that? They did 3 different versions, I think. Well, this is one that I think a lot of people will get, because you can use them in anything, man. He's popping up as your G.I. Joes are running by him, telling you to scram. And the Muppets are awesome. But watching the Muppets are more fun than, I think, playing with the Muppets and posing the Muppets. Yeah. Alex Martinez, I want this Oscar the Grouch. So they just do a really good job with all of this stuff. You can't complain. They nailed it. So, and let's see, what does he come with? I think I got a shot of all the. He comes with a tea. So we got the scram. We got I don't know what the little doll was. He's got the worm. His different arms, and I don't. What is up with the tea? Someone fill me in. I forget what's going on with the tea. The Punisher versus Oscar. I think that would be awesome. Matthew says, I saw Big Bird the other day. He's giant. So I went to Target this Sunday morning, and I asked, I'm like, I couldn't think of what else was. I'm like, where are the Funko Pops at? And she's like, oh, they're moving things. Hold on. She's like, we don't have any Funko Pops. I was like, what? The Target that I go, well, I have lots of Targets. There is no NECA figures, no Funko Pops. That whole section is gone, and I have no idea where they moved it, and the employee didn't know either. So kind of weird. That was Gar fucking Saxon. I have to yell about it. Oh, T is for trash. Okay. All right. Spec says they each come with an alphabet letter. Okay. Now I get it. Baldy jumping in says, I want this more than I want ass. All right. Good for you. Spec, we haven't got a new one of those in quite some time. I'm just saying. If you guys want to see a new Licky Baldy, tune in tomorrow at 6:30-ish over on Baldy Lock's channel, where Spec will create one right after he ships out my shit. All right. Predator Badlands. It may not have been a good movie, but the Predator looks pretty fucking cool. Yes. So here you go. They do some awesome Predator figures. Yes, their articulation, they leave something to be desired, but their detail, the accessories are awesome. But yeah, they am I thinking of the same movie? Am I thinking of the same movie where this is the kid that goes there and it kind of fucks up the whole lore? Yeah, I don't know. It was an okay movie to watch. I don't remember it being good. Now, that's something about another Predator. Isn't the one with the half body the whole fucking time? Yeah. Anyway, if you want the figure, there you go. NECA has it. Lots of different head sculpts. All the different weapons. And again, they make some really cool Predators. And you can make the Predators fight anyone. They can fight Storm Shadow. They can fight the Operation Monster Force figures. They are fucking awesome. But yeah. Mezco. I think Mezco is... There's some stuff they talked about. I do not believe that I had them all in there. So we have a Blade coming. Like, I feel like it's going to get me. About that Punisher. Blade probably cannot, with Mezco articulation, actually grab the sword like this. But I have a feeling they might just get me. The Solomon and Grundy, I have no need for it. It looks fucking awesome, though. And this thing's going to be a big fucking hulking figure, right? The soft goods look awesome on it. I mean, everything on this. And yeah, Matthew's right. Like, the Solomon Grundy looks amazing. Steve Martin, Predator versus Oscar the Grouch would be epic. I think you're giving Spec ideas, right? Spec, these are for you once you ship out my shit. People are pissed about everything. I ordered it. I liked it. All right. It's not the greatest, but they had me. This is where I think they might get me. So this is the Lion-O. And again, one of my complaints probably has been when it came to Super 7 that they don't have the greatest articulation. Matter of fact, a shitty articulation, the Super 7. Mezco will have a little better. Well, they have a lot better. Not as good as a lot of them, but they also hinted at Mumra. So the question is, how far will they go down the line? As we know, the G.I. Joe line seems to have been killed. Yes, Kingpin. That was the one that I don't think I put in here because I saw it today. I couldn't think of his name. But this Lion-O looks awesome. Like I said, they might just get me. No, and that's what scares me. That's definitely what scares me is that will they MCR Mazda says Baldy the Grouch New Licky. Dust Berkey says Punisher was shown with cloth in the pre-order, but when it was shown off it's got a pleather outfit. Huh. I did not see that. Well, it's paid for, so oh well. I think it's paid for. I don't know. Here's another Conan pending license approval. So if you want another Conan, it's probably in the same buck. The Michael Myers is fucking sweet as shit. Again, this type of stuff, the soft goods really work on certain characters, and you have to love them doing stuff like that. Dead Man says, after a Google search, it looks like the 1977 Kenner X-Wing came with black cannons. Wait, where's Dead Man at? Like, how far behind are you? Come to the future with us, man. It is awesome. Toy Optic says, Mezco with its lack of cloth will articulate really well. They do better, but they're still not great. But again, trying to pose that Firefly is fucking again frustrating because it's like it's like the outfit that it has on, it's like a fucking Chuck Taylor shoe. So, but this looks pretty good in my opinion. But it does look more pleather than actual like soft goods. Well, soft goods is pleather too, but. And then Jada. Now Jada's gonna be all over the place, I believe. Clint Jorgensen jumping in says, I don't think these Zelda figures are that bad. No one thinks the Zelda figures are bad. I mean, I haven't heard anyone complain about how the Zelda figures look. People are complaining, myself included, that they're super light on accessories for $28. Yeah, so yeah, and you know this. You're always going to have issues when you have fabric and you're adjusting stuff, but like the Firefly is awesome as it looks. You can't move it. Destro, on the other hand, is fucking awesome. So, all right. What is it? Daily Chorus. Israel. Okay. Thank you for that. All right. So I can't think of this guy's name all of a sudden. What the hell is his fucking name? He's a boy. What the hell is his name? Yes, okay. Clint says, oh, I was just pretending I was 30 minutes in the past. Astro Boy, yes. And I knew Astro Boy. I just couldn't think of his name. I didn't have a connection to Astro Boy. But he looks like Astro Boy. I have no idea what this fucking character. And like I said, I was not about to look for it, considering I have almost 400 fucking pictures, and I had shit to do because I have to have a real life still. Another Jada figure. I'm not sure if this is part of their Street Fighter line, their second Street Fighter line, or whatever. Someone will tell me what it is. But anyway, there's this. Oh wait, Strider, OG NES game. Okay, I'm kind of remembering from the old games. Anyway, here is all of the Scooby-Doo figures. I have no urge for these. I know you guys expect, are like super excited for it. I think they look pretty good. I think they do the job. I think Jada is very smart by doing one main character with two villains, because there's so many different types of villains that they had. You're creating a scene, you're creating a story. So I think it's really good. Again, it's not my thing, but that's what's actually really cool about life, is that other things can go out for people to be happy about, and it doesn't have to hurt. I don't have to be butthurt over it. So if you are interested, they showed all of this shit off. Daphne looks good. Fred looks nothing like 250th Duke, so people can stop saying that. The Fred does look like a fucking little bitch. Good Lord, he looks like a bitch. I do like this one. The Headless Horseman is one that I could definitely see myself picking up if I saw it somewhere. Patrick Stalko jumping in saying, I'm late. Sup, y'all? Great to have you here. I would say Velma has not been shown off yet. Where's Scrappy Doo? Here is Dino for the Fruity Pebbles. I think these are the cool. I mean, I don't have them all, and I love what Jada does with this. We've talked about this before. Chester Cheetah did become, Sea Bison for a custom. Tony the Tiger. All these are just, they hit that nostalgia point, and clearly with Jada, obviously a different type of corporation than Hasbro, where they're like, hey, we can make enough of these to create to make a profit, because we're not just selling toy collectors. We're going to have somebody that's walking by that sees Fruity Pebbles, right? We're going to see a mom that walks by and goes, oh my God, my son, all he would eat was Fruity Pebbles. And she's going to buy it for him, or Tony the Tiger. Oh, he loved that. Every time that commercial came on, my daughter was like, oh, they're great, right? So you're going to get that regular person, kind of what Funko Pop did in the beginning, but then they oversaturated it. So I think what they're doing is great here. And I think this might be the only type of food that I can think of where I can't tell you what I think is better, Fruity Pebbles or Cocoa Pebbles. There's no wrong answer. Now, this is marshmallowy Fruity Pebbles, but Fruity Pebbles is that one, and Cocoa Pebbles is like, if you said, hey, which one do you like better? I can't tell you. When it comes to like flavors, like you can always pick one. This is one I can't. All right. I am still on the fence on whether or not I'm going to collect these figures. They look so good. I think I watched the first 2 seasons, and I haven't continued watching it, but I really enjoyed Invincible. I don't have room for another line, but at the same time, I'm done with Street Fighter, with Jada Street Fighter. So that means, do I have more that I can put into the line or into my collection? I still have room to put another shelf above me that no one ever sees but me. As a matter of fact, I need to do that anyway, because I need to start adding shit. I'm excited for these. All right, so Toy Optic says I got the beat up Invincible. He is better than Street Fighter. Just chew on that. Fuck you, dude. What kind of friend are you? God. Krusty says they look badass. Invincible deserved a good line. Here it is. You're absolutely right, and for an affordable price. So we have Invincible, Omni-Man. I think that's his name. Just looking at like the articulation and the fact that you're able to take, you look at the Jada Street Fighter figures and they're big and bulky, and they found a way to have them have great articulation, great posing, great range of motion. And now you're taking a smaller figure and making it work. God damn it. I should not have put these in here. Here we have, I forget who this guy is, but he's bloody. He has a bloody mouth, so he's hungry. This is his little girlfriend. I'm sorry, it's actually not his girlfriend, but it's someone you think will be his girlfriend. And looking at this figure, like it's kind of like when I look at, Chun-Li, and the other female figures in the Street Fighter line, Cammy. They seem solid. They don't seem fragile. Like a lot of the G.I. Joe, I hate to say it, the classified females are usually, they seem fragile and brittle. But yeah. Battle Beast and Adam Eve. And it is his girlfriend. Is it? When? He was dating, you know what? Maybe I need to watch it. Anyway, all of these look fucking awesome. And I'm like talking myself into getting them, which I should not be, because I don't need more toys. I mean, I do. I always need more toys. I don't know who she is. She was in the Jada pictures. Who is this? And I don't know who he is. He's got to be a Street Fighter guy, right? I have no idea. Okay, so Cressy says she and him hook up in season 3 and on. Well, spoiler alert. I've had enough time to watch it. So this is Adon. Okay, you know what? I don't fucking care. Okay, and that's what I said earlier, right? The toys will be my kid, but right now they're my fucking problem if I don't have any room for them. That's my thing. I don't like I don't like buying toys if I can't display them somewhere, because the whole purpose of me having them is to show them off. And yeah, I like to do pictures and shit. I still have a hard time saying photography because it's so fucking bad. Anyway, there you go. These are Street Fighter figures, I think. I don't know. They might not be. I have no idea what they are. Okay, so Tristan says Adon was actually in Street Fighter 1. I don't believe Street Fighter 1 was their thing. Street Fighter 1 is not a thing. It just started with Street Fighter 2. Anyway, this is a Walmart CollectorCon exclusive. If you're like, hey, I don't have enough Bisons and Guiles, I can buy a 2-pack and have them fighting and have the exact same accessories, but they do look different. So here you go. If you want these, you can go pick them up. I don't think that'd be that difficult to get. If I can find my mouse again. So there you go. You get your fighting. I don't think they've done a 2-pack yet, have they? Spec says, mine are currently splaying out on the floor, just playing. Think of how my wife feels. Yeah, you kind of told me. Again, part of the reason why I can do this is because I am still single. Billy Boy says, none of my kids give a shit about my toys. That's why that's why it's their fucking problem when you die. That's the whole point. My kids don't really care either. I think they did when they didn't think it was a problem. Now that they think it's a problem, and literally Olivia has the fucking nerves to say it's not that the house is getting smaller, it's you're buying too much. I almost disowned her for even saying that. All right, Marvel Legends. There was a lot of Marvel Legends. So I'm just gonna say, I'm not gonna say I won't buy this, but at the current moment, I don't want this. I have no reason to buy this, and that is Maximum Spider-Man, the black suit. This is where I try and be rational with all these companies, and some people say that it's a shill, but you have to think in you have to think how they think. We did not need a repaint of a Maximum Spider-Man for only the 5th Maximum figure. These are at a higher price point. They are supposed to be, the best of the figures that they have made. I won't argue that this is the best Spider-Man that they've made, at least the best one that I've had. But I don't see why you're fucking doing a repaint of a Maximum Spider-Man in black for only the 5th figure. There's so many other figures that people wanted to see. And I know people complain about Deadpool. I think Deadpool is awesome. He's actually one of my favorite figures. I think Maximum Thor just fucking nailed it, right? Maximum Hulk is one of my favorite figures. It's maybe not the greatest, but I absolutely loved it. And Maximum Spider-Man is awesome. This here is just, there wasn't a reason to redo it yet. Now, Patrick is saying Symbiote Spider-Man should be a little buffer. Okay. And, that would be fine. But we didn't need another Spider-Man. And I think most people would agree in the Maximum line before, no Punisher, Daredevil. And, well, we just got 2 good versions of those figures. So I understand. But we've got a lot of good versions of Spider-Man. Literally, this one already. And there's some new accessories are fun. And they're good. But to demand a $55 or $60 price point at this point, again, I'm not saying I won't get it. But at this time, I don't feel the urge to get it, and I'm not looking to get this one when it goes up for pre-order. Now it does look cool, and they're giving you a lot of stuff, but there's just so many other characters that they could have created. Maximum Beast, again, I think that would have been a perfect thing. You got the, I can't really say that the Maximum Thor is a mid-sized buck because he's huge. Like, I'm actually looking at him compared to a couple, and I'm like, ugh, he's really fucking big. But Maximum Captain America, I mean, there's just so many different figures that they should have gone with. And because this is the Maximum series, that is where, I go, this is where you've lost me. This is where you've lost me on this. Because this is supposed to be the best of the best. I'm not supposed to get a repaint a year later. So, you know what? How do we not have a Maximum Iron Man? Like, you nailed it right there. I do not have a definitive Iron Man for my Marvel Legends. Now, and a lot of that has to do with me too, because I like the MCU Marvel. I think the MCU Iron Man better than anything. Like, I think those are the best looking Iron Man. Because I didn't read the comic, so I don't have a connection to that. All right, now these went up for pre-order today, and we finally get a comic accurate Scott Summers from the MCU. I am really looking forward to Doomsday. I know there are some people that think that it is a Doomsday when it comes out. But yeah, this looks good. Seeing him in his blue and yellow. I'm excited for it. Doom does nothing for me. I did not pre-order this one. I actually did not order this one. It's one of the few. I think not the maximum. The other Doom that I recently got, Emperor Doom, looks better. I know it's MCU and all, but this is a figure. This is a character that you can get away with not having an MCU in your MCU display. Has Gambit sold out yet? Everyone wanted Gambit in the Deadpool Wolverine line. They even made a mention of it. Hey, everyone was asking for it. Well, here you go. Let's be honest, they will probably repaint this and put it in the Deadpool Wolverine wave also. I really like this. I like what they did with the cards. There is and I didn't put them in here. It has a different set of cards also. He has the staff. I thought watching him fight Shang-Chi was awesome, as he's using the 10 rings in a similar way that he uses the cards. So these are Walmart exclusives, and I think I got the rest of them. These are Walmart exclusives. They're not up yet. I did Duke in cosplay. Oh shit. Carlos jumping in here. I mean, not Rachel. Jumping in here with the camp. It is Duke in cosplay. Absolutely love it. Krusty says, "Yeah, I need to see Doomsday, but MCU figures are always hit or miss with me. They feel like a fad, not a trend." No, you're absolutely right. Like that's like the recent ones are really good, right? There have been some really good recent ones. But they're not made the same as the proper MCU, and I keep saying that. All right, so here we have Reed Richard, and I don't know who the robot is. I forget her name. Now they call this a 2-pack. Fuck you, Marvel. This is not a 2-pack. All right. This is not a 2-pack. All right. This is a tiny little fucking robot that is not a figure. All right. This is as much of a 2-pack as Snake Eyes and fucking Timber. Herbie, he looks nothing like a fucking bug. Anyway, this is a figure and pet. Yes. So we have Andrew Mackie as Captain America in the actual Captain America outfit. Now, I did watch a thing with Dwight, and he said they did not give him the wings because they wanted to keep him they wanted to keep him away from being a deluxe price, and you can use the wings. So, and I heard Matthew make a mention about how I need to see the inside of the shield, and I'm with you. This is one that it snaps onto it. I understand these are 4 and up, but you know we're at a stage where their hands, when you see the inside of the shield, he should be holding a strap. All right, too many people are doing photography with this, and if that means, hey, we're going to throw in a second shield for you photographers, then so be it. But that is what they fucking should do, and I think Matthew would agree with that. Billy Boy says, I hate Falcon as Captain America, but he's not Falcon. He's Captain America. Just saying. This Magneto went up. He's an Amazon exclusive. There was one guy it was 10 minutes into it, and he's like, thanks a lot, Amazon. He makes a fucking post talking about all the fucking, this is the eBay exclusive. And then people were like, oh my God, it's already sold out. And then there was a few of us that were like, dude, It hasn't fucking gone up yet. They did the exact same thing happen with Tomb Raider. Everyone like thought, oh, no, it didn't sell out. It didn't fucking go up. This one didn't go up right away. It went up. It was easy to get. I don't know if it's still available. They did talk about, the soft goods. It looks like Marvel Legends is finally starting to shift to that soft goods, which is good because fuck, their plastic capes suck. Shang-Chi and the 10 Rings, the effect here is just really cool. I think the likeness looks pretty good. He looks pretty much like the other figures that were that were peg warmers. And Toy Optics says it is still available. So all you people that lost your fucking minds, yeah. I think this is the same. Is this the same buck that the original Shang-Chi came with? But yeah. Oh yeah, you're talking about on Magneto. Yeah, it's unfortunate, and we know they have to reuse their bucks. We saw it with Snake Eyes recently. It'd be nice if they could just scrap them. I think the Thor looks really good. I was never a Thor fan. I've talked about this before. Chris Hemsworth made me absolutely love Thor. Absolutely awesome. Like, he embodied that character, made him fun. Some movies he was too fun. Some movies he was too boring. Other movies he was just fucking perfect. But yeah, so here you go. And he comes with both Mjolnir and Stormbreaker. This is exclusive people photo. Johnny Storm looks really cool transitioning, and Dwight talked about this milky white Sue Storm, and he said, hey, when we do the translucent, there's no way to hide the pins and stuff like that. It doesn't look that good, and they thought that this is a good mix, and I have to agree. Like, this kind of looks, to me, this looks more. Yes, this said People Magazine. You when you subscribe for the People Magazine, you get this. But he talked about like how she looks here, and I have to agree. Like, and I have all the Operation Monster Force translucent figures. You see the pins, and I think the translucent is really cool. But you also are sitting here, and it just something about it looks wrong. This kind of reminds me more of her, as Invisible. So I like what they did here. And same time Troy says the Sue Invisible effects I think this looks really good. Stephen K jumping in saying this 2-pack looks really good to me. Show the figures from last year's wave in different forms. I don't are they the same as last year's? And then here we have the Thing. I know the Thing's different because I really like the Thing from the other one. But I think this whole Fantastic Four looks really good. These are all Walmart exclusives. Which, what? I understand the exclusives. And Crimson Cobra Commander, God, I understand that you hate Walmart getting Night Force exclusives. Believe me, we all know. You may want to calm down on the video. Crimson Cobra Commander, we all like you. I don't even know if you're watching. But before you do a video, you need to stop and relax and not just go out. Just take time to simmer down before you do a video. Because when we're hot, things come out that maybe we just shouldn't be saying. All right. But I don't understand why you're doing the Fantastic Four in their regular uniforms for what's going to be Well, I apologize. I'm trying to help him out, right? Like, I'm trying to help him out. Like, why are you pushing what's going to be probably the biggest movie of the year? At least the biggest movie with toys of the year, and doing a Walmart exclusive for like the first family. It doesn't make sense. I don't think that should be exclusive. If they were side characters or they had side uniforms, that makes sense. But it just doesn't make any sense. Lego Star Wars says the suit body looks pretty good. Love to see it color someday. Well, that should be. Again, let's be honest. That's something they should do for sure. Pants on fire. Well, the thing is supposed to be huge, and these aren't side by side. So my guess, I don't think the thing is huge. He's big. He's not nearly as big as the Hulk, I don't believe, right? Because the Hulk does change. I know he changed the size, but I don't think that he's as big. I don't think he's supposed to be that big. And Matthew says the last Fantastic Four movie figures didn't sell at all. Yeah, but we can say that about a lot of the Marvel Legends Marvel MCU figures, right? So, well, they do, but that's one of those things where, in my opinion, you got to say, hey, we can't do that. Well, maybe they just thought, hey, you know what? They're not going to sell that well. You can have them, and then you can clearance them the week they come out. All right, so here's the thing, who I think does look pretty good, to be honest. Toy Optic says, is the thing's torque also made of, Tristan T says, yep, Spec, he's rock hard. So here's with a beard. I don't know how he grows a beard, but he can. Here he is packed into his package. Boy, I can't believe I just said that. All right. So here we have Gargantos in pink for his player 2. Clearly, they said, hey, you know what? If Jada can do player 2, we can also. Now, I have no connection to this character. I do think, and I don't have one. I don't have the green one, but I thought the way they designed him, the way he moves, the way he can look at anything is awesome. They made that look really good. And I know there were some people I talked to that were really excited for this. So if you need a Gargantos in like purple, there you go. There you go. And he is fighting Iron Man, who's not part of this pack. He is, once again, a single pack by himself. If you need to have a player 2 Gargantos, it's one thing. Jada's like, hey, you know what? We're going to do our player 2 on our $30 figures. Hasbro's like, hey, our $70 fucking figure, player 2, motherfucker. There's his eye. There he is looking at his eye. I don't know what the fuck he is. All right. These are almost exact. Some of these are the exact same shots as we had before. All right. Here we have Spyro and Iron Man and their the Marvel Legends. Not rival, just Game Reverse. This is a pack I'll probably end up getting. I don't have either one of these figures. Like I said, I have a couple Iron Men, but all my Iron Men are MCU. I actually kind of like this Iron Man, but I also don't have a Spyro. And I think she looks pretty damn good. These Game Reverse figures have been really cool. And it is nice to get a pack that they're not throwing a repaint in. And that's one of those scary things. You know how they do things is they're throwing like, hey, here's a 2-pack, and we'll throw in a repainted Wolverine. She comes with 6 swords. Iron Man has his blast effects. He looks like he has some pretty good articulation. So this is one I'll probably end up getting, like I said. And he can point up. I like the shield. It works. But anyway. Billy Boy says, I like the buff looking Iron Man. I think this looks, I really do like this. And Tristan T is saying he thinks that Spiral looks great too. So I think this one looks good. And I think she looks really good too. Again, I have no connection to her. I know who she is from, different iterations. But yeah. But she's not a repaint for the 13th Assassin, saying she's not a repaint for this line, is what I'm saying. And I don't have one. She is, but Iron Man is not, if I remember correctly. What I was saying is it's nice that they're not giving you a repaint of another game reverse of like Wolverine, right? That's what I was trying to say. So, Crow is asking, when did Spiral get a second metal arm? Now I need this. I don't know. But again, I think these both look good. But the best thing about toys is if you don't want one, you don't have to buy it. Tripwire jumping in here saying, doubt she has good butterflies, big boobs. I don't think she has butterflies there. And Tristan says, I think they said they retooled her. Okay. So this is what I was kind of what I was saying. That this player 2 pack is 2 figures we've already got. Now they're mixing and matching the characters, which I'm fine with. We kind of saw this Wolverine already. He had, I think, brown and blue or something. I forget what it was. I have no interest in this. I think she looks actually pretty good. Psylocke. Wolverine looks awful. The yellow and green just doesn't work. It doesn't work in any way. Not to mention, he's already maize and blue. So he's already a perfect color with the perfect name, Wolverine. Right? I mean, we're all in agreement. The greatest college of all time. Cressio Crow says, Wolverine is Ninja Force Jinx. Now you know. Oh, Wolverine versus Ninja Force Jinx. I don't think so. But I can see it. And good luck getting these fucking effects like that. Good luck. All right. But yeah, if you need a player 2, I like the fact that they are mixing, that they're swapping the characters, so you're not just buying the exact same pack, just painted differently. So, but I don't need this. But if you do, go pick it up. And if you only need one, sell the other one. That's what eBay is there for. Steven says a Badger would take him out. No. Actually, the Badgers have a hard time ever beating the Wolverines. I'm just saying that. Toy Haptic says, I just want player 1 Wolverine, but I don't want Silver Samurai. Silver Samurai is actually pretty fun, and if you want to do pictures against Budo, he works. All right. So anyway, you've seen what she looks like. Then we get to more Magic cards, and you get Captain America with a beat-up shield, which I think a lot of people are happy with. I'm not sure what is up with the legs. I don't know if this is an actual character or if this is a character that is created for the Magic cards. This is what I will say, though. The last figures, these tended to go on Walmart and go on clearance. And I actually found the uh, the white Agent Venom, and I bought it for $20 on clearance shortly after it came out, and I sold the card for $25. So I didn't pay anything for Agent Venom, and he's just a cool looking character. So if you're not interested in the cards, I'm telling you, you can pick these figures up for whatever you want. I think they're $40 or whatever, and you can turn around and sell that card, and probably for over half of what you paid for them. So, Palpatine jumping in saying, "Greetings, gentlemen. Apologies, late to the show as usual due to time difference." Well, you are far away, so we will give you. I'll give you a free pass. And quickly here, Action Figure Soul Stepper saying, "Doom 2099 will be mine." I have no connection to this character. And again, you can change them out. I hate plastic capes. Although the Supreme Doom that I have actually is pretty good, to be 100% honest. Toyoptic says, "I got the Battle Damage Spider-Man for $25. I need to sell that card." Yeah. Yes. Yep. Unless you're playing Magic, right? Unless you're playing Magic, you don't need it. I forget who this is. I'm actually trying to read it. This is the Invisible Woman. She's not fucking invisible. This is one that although I hate the fucking heels. If you don't use stands, these figures with heels are awful. They kill you on everything. They just don't stand up. But I think she looks really good. And S&M girl, I wouldn't mind. But I actually think she looks pretty good. I like the way the cape is torn. But again, it still should be fabric. Black Panther. Again, I'm not really sure about these characters. Obviously, I know who Black Panther is. But I don't know how accurate this is to the lore. Here's Doom. These fucking effects. These are the same effects that come with. These look like the same effects that come with Maximum Thor. And you see that leg right there? They hid that around. It does not snap on. They literally wrap that thing around his little fucking his shin plate. And I can guarantee you that the top of it, they're holding it and taking that picture. Those things don't go on properly. But this Doom does look awesome. So I'm with Action Figure. So there you go. You get your hands. I don't have the same effects that come with Maximum Thor. Very similar though. And there goes the box, and that is where the slide ends. But don't worry, I have more. I can't believe I have that many slides. All right, so here's Captain America. You can see it clips on, and it flips back and forth so it can plug into his back. This is the one, again, I like the fact that it plugs into his back and he can walk around. But it's just, I don't know. For photography, it doesn't work. The character looks decent. I don't need him. I have the Game Reverse cap, and he's good for right now. I do like the head sculpt, though. I think most people would agree with that. Frankenstein Transformers. What the hell is this? Quickly, we'll throw in the...
Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. You gotta understand, man. I never even saw these assholes before.
He says, "My brother is the #1 sketch card artist in the world right now." I Congratulations. um, I know I don't I had an old friend that he did sketch card art for Star Wars, where they would get put in, like there would be one sketch card in each pack of Star Wars cards from multiple artists. I don't know if that's what you're talking about or not, but if so, that's actually pretty cool. So anyway, here's Steve Rogers. I think Steve Rogers. It might not be. Can he sketch me like a French girl? Why do you want to look like a French girl? The shield looks really cool. I think we all can agree. The battle damage looks good. We'll get 1,000 more. I fear any type of Hasbro glasses. I think we all in agreement that have a Sergeant Slaughter or Dreadnoks. Invisible Woman, who's not invisible, but I think looks really good. Told you some things were out of order. I hate this head sculpt. I will say this. This looks like a Disney villain. So quickly, Frankenstein Transformers say, my brother does DC, Marvel, Disney, Star Wars, Star Trek, Transformers. Okay. Yeah, so it's probably the exact same, probably the same thing that my old friend used to do, where they commission him to do so many cards. He only did Star Wars. That's all he was interested in. And then they pay him per card, and they get dropped into the packs. But if he's doing multiple ones, yeah, that can be a full-time job for sure. Anyway. Yeah, I hate this head sculpt, but I like everything else about it. She's also not invisible. T'Challa, the Black Panther. Why does he have the Infinity Gauntlet? Is there a reason to this? But he has a shield and a spear. And I swear to God, like, you can't make shit up. Like, the jokes just write themselves. I do like the Black Panther mask where you can't see his face. I like that one more. That is awesome. I think that looks really good there. Yeah, so like when I look at the Black Panther without the face showing, I think it looks awesome. The first picture I was not too thrilled with at all. But this one I could see myself just picking this up as that, this is my definitive Black Panther. I don't need multiple versions of him. So and then we have, I don't know how she fits in the lore, but she has a shotgun and a revolver and an overcoat. And I really like this figure. And I don't know who Alyssa Bloodstone is. So, and Palpatine says definitely getting the Black Panther. Secret Wars 2015 Black Panther wielded the... Okay. And that's actually cool because the Infinity Gauntlet, that's just cool to have because you can do so many different things. So many different things with different characters, right? And Matthew says against God Emperor Doom. I do have that figure. Well, I have Emperor Doom. Kurt Angle being brought into the Marvel Legends. I think this is actually pretty good. This is Earth X Captain America. And I am not the only one that saw that he is that he looks like Kurt Angle with a scar on his. And as we all know, Kurt Angle is like a true American hero. Oh, it's true. It's damn true. Come on, like I know there were some people like it doesn't really look like. I can see the Bruce Willis. I can see the Bruce Willis comparison, but it is Captain America, man. I thought you were cutting back on stuff. Oh no, wait. Sorry, wrong moderator. Sorry, wrong moderator, Ed. Give this cap a beard and a cookie. What do you think the shield is? A giant fucking cookie. Can we get him on the show, Baldy? Can we get him on the show for tomorrow? Oh, that's awesome. And then this is acrylic. I don't know. Acro year. I forget what the fuck is this guy from. I forget what he's from. Someone will tell me in a second. Anyway, I don't care about this. But somebody, actually a lot of people, Micronauts. Thank you. There are people super excited about this. I couldn't give two shits about this, which is perfectly fine. That means it's less money I'm going to spend. So I find it for like on clearance for like $12 and I buy it. Then he takes some money in space. And then Mole Man and his Mole Lights. I don't know what that was called. I know people are super excited about this. I don't know very much about it. It looks like there's two different mole lights. Well, I don't know if that's what they're really called. They have no articulation in the knees, but do in the arms and the shoulders. This is a 3-pack. So one is always on one knee. One just stands there like a fucktard. It looks good, but I don't. Yeah, these look great, but I don't know anything about them. If this is what we're talking about, and I'm glad people are getting stuff that they want. It's nothing that I want, nothing that I feel the need to get. And I'm sorry, I will tread lightly. So again, this is another perfect deluxe pack that I am not worried about buying, taking up my money and space. So I'm glad that it's going to take up some of your money and some of your space, but I am glad to say it won't be taking up mine. Although I do kind of like this one. These are on a stand. At first, I thought they were on like a surfboard. I'm like, is that a surfboard? All right. So it's kind of weird. They come with a stand. So they come with a stand. Why is the one kneeling need a fucking stand? I mean, he's literally kneeling. The other one, their legs don't move. Like, why can't you why can't you place why can't you make them so they don't fall over? Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I definitely see it now once you guys pointed that out. Is you can army build these fucktards. Matthew, what, you don't want several golems from Lord of the Rings? No, I'm good. So there you go. There's Mole Man and the Mole Dildos. Is it Molios? Not mole dildos. I can call them mole dildos. All right. Now this is from the Game Reverse. This is their made to order for $100. And it is a Sentinel. It stands 11 inches tall. Here we can see him fighting Wolverine, who is much shorter than him. I like the fact that the Sentinel looks completely different. This is made to order. Now, remember now, when you do the made to order, once it ends, you only have so long, which I think is 30 days to cancel it. You're not charged up front. You're charged at the end. But it is one of those things where they don't want to get stuck with a bunch of backstock. And it's kind of funny because I have heard people complaining even about this. It's like, well, what do you want? Like, you don't like the HasLab. Now you don't like the fact that Hasbro's saying, well, we don't want to get stuck with a bunch of backstock. It's their job to make money, not to pass, not to just accept and lose money just for everyone else. So, Todd C says, Rocket Punch, my favorite move. So yeah, this is I have not looked at it enough to decide if I'm going to get it, but I kind of like it. I know, shocker, right? And he has Flame Breath. He'll go really good against my Fatal Fluffy. So that's it. All right. Big Bad Workshop is kind of going to be all over the place, but they did drop a bunch of pictures today. So quickly, I didn't really look at the Fury Force. I didn't have these pictures, I don't believe, where we have Umbra here. I'm so glad that Big Bad Workshop is getting into female figures as they look fucking awesome. But we can see here she has her little, I guess this is an early laptop type computer. She has a bomb, different hands. I don't know why she smokes. Smoking is so disgusting. Anyway, she has a pistol with a suppressor. She has the Mac 10 with the suppressor, the top secret. I love the alternate head sculpt. This figure looks real. I'm excited for this Fury Force. I'd be fine if this is the only wave to do. Not gonna lie. I can see Sarah Connor in some ways. But it doesn't have to be, because that suppressor comes off. I know because I have it right here. I have it right here, and the suppressor, it comes off. See? Anyway. Woo, shit. Tony says, but does she smoke by the pool? That all depends on your character. When Sarah Connor was the waitress, yes. All right. Callister said Fury Force will great with classified. I'm getting the whole wave. Yeah, I think many of us feel the exact same way. Here we have Burt Reynolds as Brujo. I don't know how to say his name. Brujo, whatever. We're seeing some new things added to this. I love the backpack, the radio backpack, along with the radio. We're starting to see canteens here. The same style, Mac 10, all the same hands, which I really wish they would fix I really wish they'd fix the placement on the thumb with their C grips and their trigger fingers. They just don't set properly, and they usually get in the way. It's not the hardest thing in the world to maneuver, but I just don't like the way it's set. But this guy looks awesome. Again, different overlay. He's got the dog tags, and yes, it's Burt fucking Reynolds. Like, you can't tell me that's not Burt Reynolds. And then we have Hogman. I have no idea who Hogman is. He has the M60 that looks like it's maybe been shortened. I don't know if that's a real thing. Turd Ferguson. I am not a I'm not a Saturday Night Live guy. I've never really watched it, but I see those clips. And anytime a Jeopardy one shows up, I'm gonna fucking watch it. Again, cool color, like cool color shirt underneath it, and got the nice vest. These figures look awesome. And we did see them at Joe Fest. Top kick. We got him smoking a cigarette. We also have the cigarette hand. The shortened M16 suppressor on the pistol, the Mac 10. I'm really excited for this. I can't say it. I can't say it on here. But yeah, this is I love this here. And then we have Jelly, who is clearly supposed to be Stalker. He has a grenade launcher. Now, the fact that they're not showing any other weapons. Now, he does have the Claymore. That's new. We have the bandolier of grenades. He has a grenade launcher. He's clearly going to probably have an M16, would be my guess. But you also know this is clearly what Stalker is supposed to look like. We got the Larry Hama. I cannot confirm this, but I believe that this is a sketch that he made for his personal friend, Matthew Matson, while he was at DFW. I have not confirmed that yet, but I think this is a sketch of something he did for him. Okay, I don't know. Is Larry Hama a guitar player? I truly have no fucking clue. I would assume he would have to be something like that. But he does have his hat, I think, of where he served. He has the lanyard, coffee. Again, this is actually really cool. This is really cool. And then I can get this, and then I can put my leather neck with him and say, hey, this was when I met him. Okay, so Toy Optics is saying yes, he is. I didn't know. I would assume that he would have to be. Cookster says, why does Larry Hama figure need punching hands? Because what you don't know is that the only way that Larry Hama can get Matthew Matson to leave him alone at DFW is when he finally starts punching him in the fucking face to leave. That's that's the reason. I guess I guess they're all part of the same tree that gets cut, right? They're all part of the same mold. That's the reason why. But that is a good it's a good point. All right, here is the Snake Eyes Revenant. As we can clearly see, he is bandaged up, so this would be after Snake Eyes. If you want to think the Snake Eyes, he has the poncho, which I'm interested in that poncho. Right? Will it be as good as? I was about to make fun of the G.I. Joe one. The G.I. Joe one, the classified one, is actually pretty good. It's not that bad. But we have the shotgun there. We got the Mac 10 again, and we know they're gonna have more. They throw in so much stuff. Matthew says Larry was awesome to hang out with at 2 a.m. talking about mobsters in the comic book industry. I had no idea you ever talked to him. This is totally new news to me. Ed, have you ever heard stories about Matthew talking to Larry Hama? Ed's sleeping in that stupid fucking chair of his. And then we have Louie, who I'm assuming is Storm Shadow. Considering he comes with a fucking sword. He clearly is of Asian descent. And this is a new rifle that is being put into the lore of Big Bad Workshop. So, yeah, it's got to be. Ed says, I didn't know Matthew knew any of the old Joe guys. This is all fucking new to me too, Ed. All right, so Dork Shop jumping in here with a
Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. You gotta understand, man. I never even saw these assholes before.
Dork Shop says, use the poncho for Bruce Willis Unbreakable. So that is something I could, honestly, that is something I could definitely see them doing in their NPC players, right? Like maybe you have a security guard that's wearing a poncho, but then you have another character that has a Bruce Willis portrait. That's actually a good call. And then you could also use it for G.I. Joe. All right. Oops, put this the wrong way. Anyway. God damn it. We saw these before. They actually posted these pictures. This is Little Red or Red Riding Hood. This figure, we saw the first design of it last year at Joe Fest. We saw the painted figure this year. This figure looks so fucking good. If that's what the hair looks like, and that's what her face sculpt looks like, man, I'm super excited for this. I do this. This was the female figure when I saw all the designs in 25 that I was most excited for. So here's the nun. I'm not a big fan of. 100%. I'm not a big fan of taking religious figures, and I'm not religious at all. I'm not a fan of taking religious figures and turning them into either warriors like this, or when you see them in specific types of movies that you might be searching on the internet. There's certain things that I think maybe we shouldn't touch, and it's not just the Christian side, it's all of them. With that said, I'll still be buying it. So call me a fucking hypocrite. Into Mystery says, Sister of No Mercy. So here's the back of Little Red Riding Hood, or Little Red. Then we get I forget what the hell this guy's name is. Dude, this figure looks so good. I was not expecting to see this. It only makes sense that this would be in the Operation Monster Force, I believe. Dude, this looks so fucking good. When I saw this sitting in the pictures in the display, I was like, dude, you nailed it. From the different colors in the paint right here, to the scales on it, to the nice little tail, to that piranha-looking face. You know what? Scooby-Doo monster? Yeah, except for a real Scooby-Doo monster. This thing looks awesome. And yeah, Spec is saying this thing looks awesome in person. And so, like, this stuff was not shown to us. Like, they did not show this at Joe Fest at all. Here's the back of it. Like you can kind of see the little flippers or the fins behind his calves. Again, they knocked it out of the park with this. I'm sure there's one company that's probably throwing a little fit about it, saying they steal everything. But either way, they did it. So I thought I had another picture. But anyway, here's going to be a mix and match of a bunch of stuff. Cops and crooks. Now, I do have Bulletproof. I think the only cops and crooks that I will probably be picking up are ones that can actually fit into a cop line. And so this character does nothing for me. I might pick up this long arm here. They're supposed to they'll do another version of Bulletproof, but it won't be this exact one. And they talked about it before. They do not like doing reruns. That is one of the things that they try and stay away from. But I have no connection to cops. The only thing I want to do is add it to my police force. So when I do pictures with stuff like that, or I want to set something up. But I think long arm looks decent enough. You can work them into it, into a line. Edgar Allan Poe and Harry Houdini, and they said, okay, does anyone need these figures? We're not sure. Do we think people will buy it? Probably. How can we guarantee? Put a fucking bookshelf in it. Okay, good. Like, I mention all the time how NECA has like the best accessories. And now I'm looking at this stuff and you're like, this is exactly what you want for your world building, right? This bookshelf looks awesome. All right. It looks like it's part of the Who's Next thing. Which is, I would assume, probably one of their just accessory packs. But all this stuff is really cool. And do I need it? No. Am I going to buy it? Yeah, probably. Spec says apparently the new wasteless system on BBTS helps them gauge if they should do another run. Oh, the wait list. I said wasteless. Possibly. The biggest issue with that is that Bill does not like doing another run. I mean, he's talked about that before. He's like, he doesn't like doing it. He thinks people deserve, hey, I backed this. I bought it the first time around. I don't think there should be a rerun. We'll do another version of it. Who knows, right? So anyway, so here we go. More of the NPC, non-playable characters. But yeah, a true acolyte jumping in. He said, "I said yes in your poll, but meant more like, yeah." Well, thank you. And I don't believe I've ever seen you, so you get a...
Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. You gotta understand, man. I never even saw these assholes before.
So I would assume the wait list probably has to do with the people that... Because we know that there are people that cancel the stuff. They cancel the shit and rather just go right back into it. I subscribe for that. You know what? I'm going to give it to you again.
Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. You got to understand, man. I never even saw these assholes before.
It makes me want to watch Army of Darkness. All right. If you've never seen Army of Darkness, right after that, he's like, tell them. He's like, I don't think they'll listen. Hey, they're from right down the street. Not that I know them, but they're from right down the street from me. Anyway, here we have the camp counselor. We have the mob boss. The thing that I really like about what they're doing with their NPCs, and they're gonna be pricey, and that is, it's gonna bother me. They should be cheaper. And I know that Valaverse, he's talked about it, and he feels that they should be $20 or no more than that. I agree, but I saw what he's doing, and all his seem to be very generic. Where even though these are NPCs, they're not giving them names. They're anything but generic characters. This FBI agent looks really good. You know, the mob boss. I mean, it is a specific mob character. The camp counselor here. So, you know, they're doing so many different types. I hope they're not 40. And they did tell me that. I asked them about them, and they said, hey, you know, we're talking about the price point, but as long as people are buying them at $40, I don't see why they would change it. It would be nice if they said, hey, you know what? These aren't, you know, these are just generic characters. They're going to be $30. I just don't think that's going to happen. And it's too bad, but I just don't think that it's going to happen. So here we have Grendel. I have no idea about Grendel, but he is Matt Wagner's Grendel. The Rocketeer, which usually means like once something like this happens, someone has to let you know that they're doing a Rocketeer also. Yeah. Okay. The Rocketeer, actually, this is the bad guy. Or I don't know if he's a bad guy. He's not the Rocketeer. He's his other guy. Here we have the Fury Force. Not all of them. They look awesome. They really do. And they looked good at Joe Fest, too. All right. Here we have the other figures. There's the, what the hell is he called? The Warg dude. I don't know. I ordered him. Now, the Kraken there is in the back. Now, he's not called the Kraken. I had no idea they were going to do this. But it is exactly what it's exactly what I assumed that they were going to end up doing. And that is, I'm circling it like you can see this guy, the little Kraken guy in the back. He came with the real Action Force Red Shadows that they did. So, and here we have the bank robbers, which are just awesome. They have like monkey masks. We got the SWAT guys, the stay-at-home mom. I'm interested to see when the stay-at-home mom is done, right? Like, what is she, like, what is her paint going to look like and everything? Demi Moore, thank you. So, but they're going to blast us with fucking figures. And after you waited for 2 years or 2.5 years or whatever to get that first wave, now they're not giving us any time. And this is what you people wanted. Just remember that. Wade Hollison says all the badges are very specifically cops badges. All right. That's it. I mean, and that's good. That's the type of stuff they should do. So here we have a bunch of different masks. Bunch of different masks for these characters. There we have the news anchor, who we know is Hector. Who knows if Classified will ever get to it? We have the cheerleader. We have the goth girl, which means we'll probably get a punk rock girl, or punk rockers in general. And Toy Optics is saying, yep, Shadow Warg looks amazing. I heard some dude named Toy Optics did a review on him that just dropped. Wow, that, you know, if I would have read that before, I would not have fucking said it. No one comes here to see what you fucking did. A True Acolyte says, I love the detail on the new figures, but I found the quality on some of them are the same as the ones my kid got when I was younger. That kid constantly asked me to fix action figures. It's like that with all of them. I don't know if you're talking about one line or all of them. They all have that. Some are really good. Others are not so good. I will tell you, get Skeletron figures. They're fucking awesome. Tony, member for 34 months, which you get a
Fucking Phil Collins.
You should have done that earlier when she walked in. I would have made her do it live for you, Tony. Yeah, yeah, and that's what it is. Again, it's the plastics they use these days. They have to use. I will say this with Big Bad Toy Shop though, Big Bad Workshop. If you have any problems, you contact them and they will take care of you. I've had to have them take care of a bunch of stuff. Doom. Now these look like these are 4-inch figures, but I like just the floppy drive. I just like the floppy drive. Like, if I asked my kids what a floppy drive is, they would look and go, "What the fuck is that?" And I'd be like, "Dude, that's like 64 megabytes." Actually, I have no idea. I didn't have a computer for a floppy drive. I like True Echo said, I grew up with G.I. Joes, metal screws. The only thing that broke was the. Whoa, wait a minute. Whoa, hold on. Thumbs and fucking crotches? They fucking snapped all the time. Did you actually have a problem? Did you actually have a problem with it, or were you thinking you had a problem? And look at this. The Chaz the Guru. Prunk will mail you a 3D hand, Tony. I'm not doing shit like that. All right. Here's the fresh monkeys. There's just something fun about this. I know Ed is all into that. And then we have the Operation Monster Force and the Warfare figures. Captain Gridiron, who is their Destro. I'm excited for Eagle Force. I know it's not the Eagle Force that we had as kids. I know it's not the same Eagle Force that we had as kids, as those were fucking metal weapons. But yeah, this is I know they're using repaints but I'm excited for this. I don't know where I'm gonna put this shit. I'm truly out of space. I know I say that. I'm truly out of space. More Rocketeer. Again, I didn't watch the Rocketeer. I'm not interested in getting the Rocketeer stuff, not from any brand. So, but they do look pretty good, at least from what we can see in this grayscale here. And we already saw these ones. I know people want the news anchor. This is the one that I was talking about, which is the Kraken. He looks fucking amazing. There is another shot that I saw where he doesn't have the helmet on. So he doesn't have to have the helmet. But if you are trying to recreate your Action Force Red Shadows, there you go. And more Soldiers of Fortune. Now, if you don't know, the Soldiers of Fortune they're just generic figures for their line. That's why they're not part of anything. Now, this is where I agree. Like, these should be cheaper. They should have brought these things down to a price point where more people can afford multiples of them. But we have one guy that is obviously an agent versus the enemy. Which makes me think, is this a 2-pack? Not one of that's a 2-pack. And he has his badge out. And he just has his gloves out. It looks like he has a big forehead. We got the Tick with multiple Santa. They do a wonderful job with their with their Christmas line. They're naughty or nice. They're nice figures. So we're getting here's the ghost of Lincoln. Now this is interesting because they haven't really explained the Agents of Omega line and what they're doing. But clearly there's a ghost here. Well, I'm assuming a ghost of some sorts. They like their translucent. I'm actually surprised they're showing this figure because they said they're not doing any more. Like they're not redoing this one. So, no, yeah, the Santa Claus is good for what it is, like for doing a Christmas display. And just Jeff jumping in saying those NPCs are, I think they look awesome. I'm with you 100%. And Hilsey jumping in here saying, well, first off, Hilsey, I don't remember ever seeing. So quickly, I have to throw in a.
Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. You gotta understand, man. I never even saw these assholes before.
So Hilsey says, that naughty, nice cyborg Santa gets to stay out all year on my shelves. Yeah, and again, you don't have to put stuff away. But if you're just buying stuff for Christmas, then the naughty or nice stuff is really good for it. There's your Tick. I'm not interested in any of these Tick figures, although I did like that. I did like the exclusive one that they did. I did think that looked pretty good. This one right here, the radioactive Tick. I think that was the exclusive, right? Alex S jumping in saying, was that Agent 47? I don't know. All right. So here's the other gangsters that you're gonna need to fill out the gangster. Whew. There's a lot of fucking. Man, I thought I was gonna go a little bit quicker. All right. And then here's again, I'm out on this stuff. So I'm glad that people are getting the Tick. I know people are super excited. They're huge fans of the Tick. So I'm glad that people are getting it. I'm also glad that they're doing it, and I'm not going to spend my money on it. Ed says, BB Workshop, just take my direct deposit. Wow, let's see it. So Specs says, I almost got the radioactive mucus Tick willpower one thing. See, I thought that's like one that you would really like because I could see you doing some nice photography with it. Man-eating cow. All right. G.I. Joe. Crow and I pretty much went over everything, so I probably won't spend a lot of time on this. 1 hour later, it's time to leave. I do have to work in the morning. I have to go right here. And do training right here. All right. So going up soon. I think these are going up tomorrow. Are these tomorrow? No, these are later on, I think. We're getting the 3-pack that they kind of forgot about. That Arctic Snow, that Arctic 3-pack with the Saw Viper, the Steel Core figure, and the he's not a Snow Viper. He's taking on a Night Viper, right? I think they all look good. It's really hard to fuck up white and gray. I do think the Night Viper looks really good, and I think it has to do with the sleek look that he already has. Saw Viper is what it is. Here's the back of the box, kind of showing off the figures. You're getting one good guy, 2 bad guys. I know people hate the chainsaw, but it actually probably works. Now you can go do some ice fishing and shoot fish. I think this one by far looks the best. Again, it is just a full-on repaint, but I am yes, the Drift Viper, which I don't understand because they didn't change the Saw Viper, they didn't change the other one. But I think this one by far looks the best. Tristan, I want my Arctic bat. I bought and paid for it. Who did you pay for it from? Like, in all honesty, like, where did you pay for it? I'm just wondering. And Hilsey says, no way am I ice fishing with a saw viper. He is a bulky figure. They are, if you missed out on the original Snow Serpent, now you can get the extra accessories. So you can kind of pack that onto them. And Tripwire says it's a hard pass, but someone will buy it. I will buy it. Drift Viper should have been a driver. A driver for what though? I mean, I think that they, when they do a polar bear, I can't see them not doing a polar bear. You can easily make that into a Cobra vehicle, even though they never made one. Then here's the Drift Viper. I will tell you this right now, and if they didn't change anything, this head right here, the gas mask head, will fit on a Big Bad Workshop character if you pop off the neck. The other necks are not universal. This neck will, because I had Big Ben's head on one of the character or on one of the figures for quite some time. It fits on. I don't know why they changed it, but they did. All right, here's the box. It looks like he's actually going ice fishing, so you just might be out of luck there. He's taking you ice fishing. The snake armor we talked about. I think this looks really good. So here's the interior of it. I think they do a really good job with their interiors. From the temple that they're using, it just makes it really pop. And it's hard to take pictures and stuff like that, but it looks really good. Here's a better shot of it. And I think this one looks better than the white one. And if you are like me, where you created a Red Shadows universe, this is perfect because this actually was something they had. So I know they didn't. So I know they didn't. And hope is not a strategy, but I'm hoping that they tightened up some of the stuff, like these guns, these missiles that in the hands, they fall off way too easily. I know they didn't change anything, but I'm hoping. These 3 figures will go up tomorrow, so I will get links to Entertainment Earth and Amazon as soon as I can. I have seen people that are idiots. I literally saw someone make a post about how they can't fix Falcon's head sculpt. And then people said, dude, this literally is the Night Force face sculpt. And then the guy's like, oh, I didn't look at it. Shut the fuck up then. Like, if you can't be bothered to look at something before you go make a fucking post, shut the fuck up, dude. The story has been told by numerous people. I know that I had told it. And then everyone got to hear it at Joe Fest. 19 people that were sitting around there. This is the new head sculpt. This is more of the cartoon look, if I am correct. He has a new shotgun. Again, I think this is awesome. So here you go. He's running. I really like everything that he comes with. I thought the first buck was actually really good. I thought the first buck was actually really good here. And they changed the shotgun. So they did give you something completely different. All right. So there you go. That is the new Falcon. Now, someone made a comment about the artwork. You know, we did not ask him. We should have asked Lenny. Is this really AI? Because I have a hard time, and again, I know I'm not an artist, so I could not do better. I know that I couldn't do better, but this just doesn't look good. So the 13th Assassin says, even the Night Force sculpt looks like shit. It's just not, I don't think it looks bad at all. I mean, you know, it all depends on what you're trying to compare it to. That's the thing that I've never, they say, like the first Falcon looked really bad. There's no doubt about it at all. But I don't know what people really wanted. I will say this. If you really don't like it, if you take Grunt's head, if you take Grunt's portrait, once you put the beret on him, it changes the way his whole face structure looks, and you can't tell that it's Grunt, and it looks pretty good. So I'm sure there are someone that is going to complain about Flash. I don't know how you could, but I know there is somebody that's going to complain about this. You wanted an OG-13 figure. They absolutely nailed this. Someone will probably say he didn't have a tinted visor, right? I think they did. If you wanted to complete your OG-13, they did exactly what you needed. He has the catcher's pads on. He has the gun, which we already seen the gun. We knew that gun was happening. We knew the visor. This is perfect. If what you want is the original 13. Like, I don't think you could do anything better than this when it comes to the actual figure. So Hilsey says, I kind of like having a spectrum of faces on the shelf. There are plenty of goofy ass looking people, and you're absolutely right. The only thing is that the Falcon's face sculpt was so bad. The Falcon face sculpt was just fucking bad. And there it is. Matthew says, well, they could silver outline the pads. But yeah. So, David R. jumping in here. Did not see you. I don't think I saw you. All right. The Valkyrie, for anyone that missed the Valkyries, Tony. I don't know how Tony missed the fucking Valkyrie 2-pack. It was on sale all the time. Then he's found like, I'm gonna go buy it. Oh, it's sold out. But if you want a Valkyrie, I really like the color of the retro carded Cobra Troopers. I think the blue really, really fucking pops. Is it someone I want to go into battle with through a green jungle? No. But this is G.I. Joe. So she comes with all the same accessories, weapon-wise, but you're not going to get the extra portrait, and you're not going to get the extra head sculpt or the extra helmet. But you can change that. You know, if you have the other ones, I have 2 packs of them. I know people have well more than that. You can mix and match and create a whole new character. And she is kind of running like the male trooper. At least the AI artwork. It's AI. And I mentioned this before, like Lenny said, so people understand this. And there's 80 people watching. Please hit the like button if you haven't. And if you haven't heard this, clearly there's some new people that probably maybe they've watched my reviews. Lenny and Jofast said they're not called retro figures. They're called retro carded figures. And they said it was specifically done so they can create a character like this Valkyrie, like the female Crimson Guard, Wild Bill, who were never on a retro card, and they're called retro carded. So you're doing a retro style card and throwing any character you want on it. So these yeah. So he went up for sale, then he was sold out, and then he went back up. And I don't know if he's still up on Walmart, but if you are a Psych Out person, and some people are really mad about the Psych Out, I think they made him better than the satellite dish Psych Out, but he's still, he's not Raptor, right? They made Raptor one of the coolest fucking figures, and in my opinion, he's better. I do like his plasma rifle or whatever it is. They give him a new gun. His backpack's new. You know, there's a lot of new on him, and yes, the bucks are going to be reused to a point. That's what they do. I think the head sculpt looks really good on this. I think that, okay, first off, okay, I know you're lying now. All right. I think the face sculpt looks really good on this. So there he is in the box. Night Force Psych Out. I will reiterate, Crimson Cobra Commander. If you are watching, next time you do a video and you're upset, I want you to take an hour, sit back, relax, like go over the stuff before you make a video or go live, because we say a lot of things say a lot of irrational things when we're mad and upset. Some people have probably seen me do it. It's totally crazy. Anyway, Lara Croft, for a figure that no one wanted, there sure was a lot of fucking commotion about it. It's kind of odd. All these fucking figures that no one wants, that everyone thinks is stupid. Why do people get so fucking mad about it when it sells out? Yeah. A True Acolyte says, crap, I gotta work in the morning and I probably won't sleep. But Ty stream really gets me. I'll be back, but I have to work. I have works to accomplish. Thanks for being awesome and welcoming. Hey, you know what? Thank you for joining in. We like new people, and I like to highlight. If you haven't noticed, I like to highlight a lot, like when someone newer comes in, if they're contributing, because I want to grow this community. We have a lot of good people in this community. We got a lot of shitbags too. A lot of people wouldn't start off with like complimenting and then but I do that. No, so dude, I hope to see you around, and seriously watch. I got fucking seriously 1,500 videos. So there you go. Jay Solar says, pretty sure the last figure I got as a kid, but I'm glad to pre-order him in Night Force. Yeah, and he looks better than what he was before. But again, he looks like shit. So anyway, this one here, I think this Lara Croft looks awesome. I have no connection at all to the Tomb Raider. There are some new accessories here. The bow, the quiver, the knife, and the sheath are all new. Obviously, the head sculpts, I think they both look good. The new backpack. They all look really good, and obviously we have some accessories that are reuse. But the $45 price point, I'm with everyone. It's ridiculous. And I'm always the first one to say, hey, we don't know what goes into... We don't know everything that goes into the pricing. And once again, when they sell a figure for $28, they don't make $28 on it. No, Kamakura was $33 at the time. I think he was like 33, maybe 35, somewhere around there. But here's the problem. Okay. Where was that? What you just said about Kamakura and this being better than Kamakura. Kamakura was overpriced. Right? So like again, so to me that's a bad argument because we all agreed Kamakura was, and he's a great figure. Like I think Kamakura, they nailed him. But we all thought he was overpriced. This is on a retro card. Now, this is one of those ones that if you're gonna charge 45, she should be in a box that looks like a fucking PlayStation disc or something, right? They could have done something like that. And I understand there's licensing rights, but the fact is that a figure like this goes for $28 on a retro card. I don't look at this and see this as a deluxe, as most of the stuff is, like the accessories are reused, and we know the body will be reused. But for $45, this is where you should put it in a box. It should be shaped like a CD. Do something like that, and then people go, "Okay, this is cool. I can also display the box." With that said, they also know people are going to pay it, and we did. A lot of people did, and they know there'll be a lot of Tomb Raider fans that are also going to pick this up that are not G.I. Joe fans. So, I think the figure looks good, but again, the pricing, I think most of us agree, just seems wrong. But here she is, the 30th anniversary of Tomb Raider. I'll be happy to get her, but here we have the 2-pack of Footloose and Mutton Junkyard in the Mad Marauders colors. I never had the Slaughter Marauders, and we actually talked about this on Circle of Jerks. I think it was on Circle of Jerks. It was at least in our group chat. The colors here pop together. They really do. Once again, do I want to be going into a jungle with these guys? No. No, I don't. But they look really good. Again, G.I. Joe isn't true real military, even though some people I feel have forgotten that. But yeah, so this is one of those ones where I just think it looks good. They made a big deal about saying, hey, this is the first time we've offered a pet in a 2-pack, although they did do it with Nile. Spirit's other eagle. I hope they're saying this because they're like, hey, we're not going to charge you more. But we know sometimes they do that. Roman's just moving around, but I could smell there was a skunk out a little while ago. So there's no way he was going to go out. Quickly here, RJ, he says, do you think Shipwreck and Deming will sell out? I think it will eventually sell out. But Spec said when he spoke to, I think you said he spoke to BMAC, he said these things should be pretty easy to get. He's here, so he should be able to fill in a little bit more. But I feel like, we're not, we live in this fear that we dealt with before. I don't think we have to fear it nearly as much anymore. So, so here's everything, and they are giving him all the hands and everything for the dog. A lot of people probably forgot that they did all those different hands and shit. So, same accessories. Now they said they were going to do something different with Junkyard. I don't see anything different. I literally have Junkyard sitting right there. So I thought they said something was going to be different about Junkyard. I saw nothing different about Junkyard, and nothing's different about Footloose. So David, I don't think it's going to be $75. I think it's going to be the price of a 2-pack, which is now $60. But it worries me. I'm not gonna lie, man. It worries me when they say that because it's like, well, I didn't need another fucking junkyard, right? Like, if they do that, we didn't need that. So, a big, long, huge, giant pack though. Now it kind of scares me. Now maybe it will be 75. Well, we'll find out, I think, tomorrow. Here comes the Triple T. People, I just want you to remember, Cal Shave says no, it is. So you know for sure that it's 75? I mean, I don't know this. That's why I'm asking. You see, that's really going to piss people off. Josie, you are absolutely correct. The early days of not finding Cobra Island figs and overpaying resellers traumatized us. And stuff selling out. You remember it used to crash BBTS? Yeah, it's totally... I mean, it lives in our fucking... Like, it lives rent-free in our fucking heads. Whether we want to admit it or not, it lives rent-free in our head, and it shouldn't anymore. Because the fact of the matter is, we don't really have to deal with too much selling out and not getting it. It usually comes back in the stock, But anyway, Triple T. Remember, people were not happy when they saw the digital render, right? People were a little pissed off. I heard someone say that it looks like a roller skate. Okay, but roller skates have 4 wheels. And Model Misfit saying, I love the Triple T. I think what they did was really good. They made it so if you want it to look like the original, you can take the canopy off. Yes, they gave it a little bit different guns. I believe the front can come off so you can recreate it. And they give you a different slaughter. And from my understanding is it all had to do with budgetary reasons. But once again, the display looks really nice. It's got the nice handle here. This should be around $110 price point. You're going to have your working treads. Where the hooks are here, I believe that comes off. This is where you see they made something, the despoiler, larger to fit into the $110 price point. But whatever they made off that, it also went into probably tooling for this. Because whether or not you think so or not, there is a budget at Hasbro between different divisions. And, Lenny talked about it, that sometimes they cut things, or we had to make cut costs here. So, Perceived Velocity says Walmart canceling orders lives rent-free in my head. I think I've only had one issue with that. So it's not that big of a deal for me. You know what lives rent-free in my fucking head, and I don't get it anymore because I have a Target credit card, is Target constantly pinging your fucking credit card over and over and over. That's what lives rent-free in people's heads. So the Triple T here, it didn't do this in the original. So it actually folds down here so they can access, I think, a computer point here. I thought there was a shot that I had with them. Nope, I guess I don't. But there is a shot where there's somebody standing on it, so there are pegs on it. Now, if you remember, the engine cover actually came off. It looks like this engine cover may come... No, the engine cover doesn't come off, but it looks like it's supposed to there. So this is new, something newly designed, but it does have the working treads. It does not look like it's on shocks or anything. So, but I think this looks good. I like the way it looks for what it is. And this should be about $110 price. I can't see it be more than that. With that said, it's Hasbro. Who the fuck knows? But there's the box for it. And again, this thing looks better than what the digital render looked like. And the reason why I say that is because there are a lot of people that have lost their mind over this. And I know, I have my Rowdy toys that I like better. Listen, motherfucker, you don't get the exact same fucking thing just scaled up that we had in the fucking 80s. I don't want the exact fucking same thing. If you like it, awesome. Tony loves his fucking thing. That's just great, dude. Like, fucking enjoy it. I think just coming in and criticizing something before you've seen the actual look of it. And this thing looks long and skinny. Hey, go look at the original Thunder Machine, and guess what it is? It's long and fucking skinny. But when you look at this, it holds two characters inside. It's going to be wider than you think. Now, they said this is modular, so you can make different versions. I do think what they mean by modular is the cow catcher comes off, the quarter panels, the front quarter panels come off, the rockets come off, and the bars around the end come off, so you can recreate what the original looks like. And then you can also take off the other parts so you can make your own. But they're not going to be able to do the exact same thing, or they don't want to. That's the whole purpose of it. But all I say is, before everyone loses their mind, wait till you actually see the actual vehicle, because you might feel completely different when it hits. Because Tony said, wow, that Triple T looks way better when I saw the actual model of it. Like, yeah, exactly. And how many times do people have to go through this saying how bad something looks, or even how good something looks in the digital render, only to see it in toy form and realize, shit, like, this is not that good, or hey, wow, this is way better than what we were looking at. And it's a made to order, so if you don't want it, you don't have to buy it. There is a reason why they removed Thrasher from it, because not everyone wants to buy vehicles. Some people just want figures, and also they know that people are also buying elsewhere. Now, that is not their concern, that people bought the Rowdy toys, but they know that, hey, if we break it up, we can sell this at a cheaper price point. And he literally did say that we are trying to keep this price point down, but people still want Thrasher. Not everyone's going to afford a Wolverine if they make a Wolverine, but everyone wants a CoverGirl. Hilsey says, this may look silly, but let's be honest, it always looks silly. Hilsey, I've heard so many people say that exact same thing. Look at the Thunder Machine. It was supposed to be a piece of shit put together. And that's exactly what you're getting here. This is a piece of shit put together. The only thing that I don't really get with people losing their mind is, look how good the Vamp and the Stinger look. Look how good the Hiss looks. Look how good the Dragonfly looks. And the Fang. I'm not the Fang, the Claw. Right? Like, they're not putting out ugly things. Now, you may not like the All-Striker. All right? You may not like the All-Striker. They veered away from it a little bit. But they made it so you can make it look pretty similar to how it's supposed to look. The front end is different. And I heard Evil Dookie on his show. He said exactly what type of front end it is. And it's not the Thunder or the Firebird. So, but it looks similar enough. Like, I'm not going to lose my fucking mind over it, but I know people will. I don't get why people get so mad. It is a toy. And if you want to go elsewhere and pick it up, then go elsewhere and pick it up. It's one of those things right there. And Model Misfit here. He says Thunder Machine is the real Dreadnought. And it's just a piece of shit, man. Yeah, Thrasher got in because of the car. Yeah, pretty much. And again, it's fine. Like, Thrasher is going to be available, so people that don't want the Thunder Machine will get it. So they have not mentioned the price, but he specifically did say that He said something to the effect of, "You'll be happy with the price. They are trying to keep it down." Now, what does that mean, right? I mean, what is keeping it down? Because what I consider, keeping the price point down and what you may or what Billy Boys does, it might be completely different. My guess is seriously $150. That is what my thinking is, especially without a figure. The Hiss, the Arctic Hiss, which was supposed to be the Crimson Hiss, I believe was supposed to be $150. But as tariffs hit and things changed, they had to raise the price, and it also comes with a figure. Now, the Arctic Hiss is much bigger, but the mold is already done. There are people that have taken the All-Striker and put this over it and said it is using the All-Striker base. I kind of looked at it and I thought, I think they might be right. But then you also look at the running boards, and the running boards are completely different. And it's hard to tell because I don't think this is going to be as thin as it looks right now. But that's it. That is a wrap up of what I cared about. There's a few other things from SDCC, but a long night, 3.5 hours now. Fuck, dude. Luckily, I can wake up a little bit later because, like I said, I'm only going right here tomorrow to do training, which I literally am doing nothing. So I did pictures. I did pictures. I hope there's not a test or a quiz because I'll fucking fail. But hey, it is what it is, right? I've been doing it for 25 years. I know how to fake it. Anyway, thank you everyone for tuning in. Thank you, Ultramatch. I appreciate it. Tune in tomorrow. Circle of Jerks over on Goldilocks Reviews. I know there's a couple new people here, so please, if you're not subscribed over at Goldilocks, head on over to Goldilocks. Subscribe over there. If you're not subscribed to Toy Optics, head over to Toy Optics. He's another partner of mine over there. Head over to Tony's Figs. Subscribe there. There's another guy, Action Media. Is that what Terry goes by? Action Media, right? He used to be the Island Viper. It was way easier to find. Although you would also find another asshole if you typed it in. But he was really cool when he was the Island Viper. So head on over to Toy Optics. Head over to, if you haven't subscribed yet, and he actually dropped a bunch of fucking SDCC stuff. So good place to go right now. Tony's Figs, Goldilocks Reviews. You got to go Goldilocks Reviews. You can't fucking see Circle of Jerks, right? How do you listen? We get the glaze on the cookie, the frosting. It may not be what you want, but it's literally called Circle of Jerks, so you can figure it out. Anyway, I am out of here. I will see you guys all tomorrow. And if you're not watching, be sure this Thursday with a friend, it will be Sam from Skeletron. And if you don't have Skeletron stuff, you need to pick it up because it's really that good. Take care.